All right, so let's get into this evening cutscene. The light fades as the sun sets behind the mountains far to the west. The smell of rotting fish and decay is everywhere. Washed up on the shore, bloated carcasses of sea life have begun to rot as flies by the thousands swarm around them, devouring them. Somewhere out in the waters, a creature watches. So you guys, Phil isn't available.
Is it the same creature that was watching us when we were in the Underdark?
I don't know. Maybe it might be. Why is it so?
I hope it's the invisible crab that we sent one of our teams out to go. Yeah, Tony knows what I'm. You remember that?
What?
You don't remember that? One of our teams went to go.
Oh, right.
Some disappearances of boats or whatever from a lake, and they found a gigantic invisible crab, and they dealt with it pretty deftly, but they didn't kill it.
Yeah,
it's true. They did.
I remember that.
They did chase it away. All right, Filbert, you should be available now.
Maybe you found a new body of water.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome. So you guys, last week, managed to finish the job given to you by High Wind Speaker. You destroyed the vampiric mist that was lurking in the tunnels below, gathered up a little bit of treasure, and headed back up topside. There you spoke with Windspeaker a little bit more. He was sad to have to banish you, but he does have to banish you, so you go back to your camp after that with your family, but they're all asleep. And you report where the boat is. Now, the Aarakocra said that they would help you repair it. So, over the last few weeks, they have been helping you repair your ship. You've gotten it seaworthy again. It's pulled up into the bay. Supplies are loaded on. Several of the Aarakocra want to travel back with you.
Oh.
Does the Windseeker know that?
Yeah, he does.
And
do we know why?
They're young and adventurous. And they don't want to be stuck on the island for the rest of their lives.
I mean, yeah. I guess it's fine.
Okay. As long as the Windseeker knows, and it's not like we're kidnapping them.
Yeah.
So I'm putting their names in chat right now. One of them is Rides the Thunder.
Oh, is this where Matt would maybe ask them if they want to join a guild?
Join a guild.
This probably would.
They need to sign a contract.
This probably would be where that happens at.
Dives at rodents? Could have used that in the Underdark.
Yep. So those are the three that. Thunder, at a very young age, you would find out later, rides the Thunder. He has already attempted to leave the island by himself in flight, and was pushed back by a thunderstorm. And
that explains some things.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So Rides the Thunder is the only one out of the group that would be adventurer worthy at this point. The others would be still looking at commoners. Rides the Thunder is the oldest of the group. He would be a storm cleric.
Whoa.
Sweet.
Yeah, I feel like we would take them on.
Yep.
If they want.
They definitely want to head to the mainland. They don't know about hanging out with you guys for forever, but they want off the island.
So what we'll do is we'll just bring them with, and we'll give them information on where our new home base is, and give them information on the political.
Yeah, we can give them a history lesson as of late.
Yeah. So and let them do whatever they want.
All right. So you give them a little bit of a history lesson. Then they're a little suspicious of going to the north, but you say you're making your home in the south to them for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then they will be happy to head to the south.
Are there any Aarakocra in the Sons of the Sphinx?
You've never seen an Aarakocra in your life until now.
Okay.
Yeah, they're super rare.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the month or so goes on. You guys work on your boat. It gets seaworthy. You head back. Now, the trip back is surprisingly easier. That's because you're able to catch the other side of the maelstrom and actually use it to fling you into a safe direction.
Did Jabber come with us?
Jabber definitely comes with you. He does not want to stay on the island by himself. So yeah, you guys are there. You ride the eastern and south side of the maelstrom around, and you come out just north of the Zinji Empire, and then you cruise back up towards home. Now, the captain, Lulu, wants to know where you want to land. Do you want to head to the south first, or do you want to head back to Thivis, or where do you want to go?
I feel like we should stop in the south first so that, because we probably want to drop off our family.
Our two options is that, like, we definitely don't want to bring the majority of us with us to the lake. So the options, I guess, are to drop the 4 of us off, or however many off, I don't remember, off at I can't think of the name of that town, but the coastal city that's close to the lake.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah, it's.
Are you talking about Mariasi in the north?
Maybe I gotta find a map, but
that's the one that the lake was nearby.
Yeah, I think that was what I was looking at.
That's an inland one, though. You're looking for one of the seashore towns.
No, Thivis is what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have, like, maybe drop us off in Thivis, and then have the boat take the rest of them down to South Kren, wherever.
Like our base in the south, so that the rest of us take care of folks.
Right. Or we all just go south together and then make our way north with just us.
It's entirely up to you guys what you want to do first.
Is there any reason why we can think of not to just drop us off north? Like, no. we can trust Captain Lulu, right?
Well, yeah, she's a high-ranking naval officer now for the King of Setnovia, who seems to be on the pretty okay with you guys.
Okay. As far as, like, once we leave the boat, is it going to be an issue where, like, all of a sudden we can't find the rest of our family again?
I would say, like, the only thing, if we're being dropped off,
that's the new plan.
No, it's just so funny how little you trust me.
This is supposed to be the campaign. Remember, we're not supposed to.
Tickles me.
Not supposed to.
Every NPC is the potential big bad.
Is out to get us. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not Barovia. Just keep telling yourself that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, it's not Barovia. No, I would say the only thing about, like, being dropped off in the north first is we probably want to create a letter for someone to hand off to our guild so that they know that these 3 are Akoka and Jabber.
Yeah.
Kind of like whatever we basically agreed to. Like, Jabber's with us, and they are Akoka are welcome to stay, but they don't have to. And then someone to take care of our family. Yeah, someone to take care of our family while we go and attend to other matters and find out what we can about the sleeping thing. Because I imagine after we get done at the lake here, if we're able to, I would imagine we would maybe try to head north to Euros unless we get that information.
Hey, Mike, I don't remember what we were told. Anybody who goes near Euros, they are falling asleep, correct?
Yeah, it seems to take some time for that to happen. That's how your family was able to go through the city, get on a boat, and sail a good ways before they all fell asleep.
So I guess we don't want to go there.
The people who examined it originally after finding out something was terribly wrong there, it took about a week for them to fall asleep as well.
Do we know where our family was going in the first place? Why'd they get on a ship?
They were just trying to get out of the north during the war. They were just refugeeing out of there. And since they fled north to Euros because they assumed it would be safe, found the entire city asleep.
Okay. Are there people looking into Euros? I mean, I assume there's somebody.
Yeah, the Tower of Mages to the south is studying it pretty regularly and not making a lot of headway, but
it's
not just left alone to its own.
No.
Oh, what's her name there? We should maybe send her a note also and let her know that we basically recovered some of our family who's going to be located in the south, and if I don't know how big a deal is it for them to travel there, but
what's whose name?
The
gal with the Mage Tower.
She lives in Illinois.
Despina.
She's not part of the Society of Mages. I mean, she is just by association, but she doesn't work at the tower. She has her own side tower.
Her own tower, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Sorry.
Yeah. So you guys, theoretically, sailing into the continent, you would be closer to the south. You would come in, I'm moving the little icon down, near the AOG logo.
Yep.
And then, so the closest town that you could port at if you wanted to go straight north would be Capsani. And that town was loyal to the Emperor. That's the first place he liberated during the war. And the North Kren port of Jaffe is just to the south of the southernmost tip of the Empire there. So it's not a far trek for the ship after that. If you go all the way up to Thivus, you're heading quite a bit out of your way.
Okay.
But I mean, you can land where you want. You can land in Cavasto, which gets you to the lake a lot faster. Or the capital, which you could take the river to. That would be fast. Or Thivus. You've been there.
Why don't going past, like, if we were going to go to Cavasto, we would have to sail right past South Kren, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we just drop people off? And as long as Captain Lulu's okay with it, let's just...
It's actually on our way. It's on our way home, practically. So
let's just do that. Let's just drop everybody off, take a day or two or whatever, get everybody all situated, and then head to Cavasto.
All right.
I mean, or Crenshed. I don't know what is Crenshed kind of off limits now.
Well, there's no capital in the north. This is the old map. They're all independent city-states, but it is still the largest and most powerful of them. So it's not off limits, but the firstborn are pretty firstborny still.
Okay.
I mean, you're allowed into the area, but every place now kind of has its own set of rules and governances.
Okay. So if let's just do Cavasto then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys swing into the North Kren Empire, into Jaffe, and you drop everybody off. It's pretty easy to find your other guild mates that were left behind. They've picked up a home in the city that was given to them by the Emperor. You can see his new palace being constructed there. It's somehow really awesome and very modest all at the same time. It projects an image of, I am the ruler of the people, but I am not above the people. It's very Zilithan. From what you know of your time with him. There's a lot of standing army still around and in the city. It's a little tense because people in the south aren't used to this much governmental attention. They were more of a colony that was ruled by the Empire before, so there's a bit more of their own personality there. Nothing seems to be askew. There's just a lot more military presence than they're used to. So you find where all your people are staying, you settle your family in comfortably. They're glad to see the last four missing and unaccounted for guild members back. You tell them about your trip. The Aarakocra think it's really hot here. They're not accustomed to this. They are very northern temperate people. It's like thick pine forests and snow 2/3 of the year. And so now they're in a desert, and they don't quite know what to do with that, but they think it's cool, and the hunting is good. So they're pretty cool with that. You are having some problems with them and some adjustment period. They're having a hard time sticking to the culture. They don't understand domesticated animals, and so you guys end up having to pay for a couple of goats and a few dogs. There's a few children who are missing pets. The others all blame dives at rodents.
I love it.
But after a little coaching, you get them settled in, and you just basically tell them if you see these types of animals, or if you see somebody standing near them, that's not good. If you see something running around out in the wild, that's probably fair game. And
Are there any different, I was going to say livestock, but different, I don't even know what to call it. Just different like game animals
yeah,
here than there were where they're used to. So I think
for you guys, it's different too. There's all sorts of different stuff that lives down here that lived in the north.
is where Grummy's down here, isn't she?
She's one of the sleepers.
Oh,
Orin,
right.
Grummy. I keep wanting to say two of black, but it's not. Sky. And who's the last one? One of the noobs. One of the commoners.
Right. The guy, I can't think of his name. Trash.
That's with a G.
No,
For some reason,
it's the girl, because Gravel was in the Underdark.
Oh.
Gavril was in the Underdark. It's the girl, I can't remember her name.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, I guess we could probably hook them up with local hunters of like, these are the kinds of animals that are good to eat.
Yeah, that's a good pass off. These guys would really appreciate that. You find some local hunters that you got to persuade them to take these guys, because they're still Kren. They're better with other species down here than the north is, and other species are now considered free. But they're still like, what the heck? Bird people now? It's like, what the actual heck is happening here? But after they watch them hunt, they're like, all right, these guys are pretty spot on. And all of the Aarakocra, they basically wear like strapped leather armor, and they all carry these sweet polearms with these giant wyvern claws on their tips that
Nice.
that they use to hunt with, and they use them first to trip and then to stab animals as they swoop down above them, and the animal tries to flee. So they're pretty effective, and so they fit right in. And so you guys spend a few days. Is there anything else with your guild, even though it's displaced right now, that you want to establish with them, or any orders you want to give to them?
I think like the only two things would be if we don't have like a more permanent area of residence, trying to establish that. Like, I don't know if we're like living out of tents or what the deal is after that, all the fallout, but
No, you have a place that the Emperor has given you to live. So,
and then I guess the only other thing would be like with people who aren't taking care of our sleeping family, just helping to restore, like I think it was like, was that Droli, those three towns that were just like basically opened up and swallowed whole.
that was the east. That was Virsula, Talpoit, and Agara. The Sons of the Sphinx are helping rebuild Agara, and that seems to be going pretty well. People are really happy with what's happening there. They haven't caused any problems. Nobody's caused them any problems. I'm sorry, I kept saying you're in Giraffe. You're in Minos. Now they've opened up the map, and I've looked at it. You're in the port town. Giraffe is where the base for the... Adam, what's your class?
The Weave Guardians.
The Weave Guardians were, but during the unrest, they headed west, and they haven't picked up a base yet. They've passed through Barovia, and they're currently on the west side of Setnovia.
So they're going far.
They're looking for a place that's going to be a little bit more stable. They're looking probably towards Bellanova.
Okay.
Bellanova is one of the most magic-friendly places, and so they think they can probably get a good home there and good resources.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's where they were from. So you guys can set up shop in any of these towns here. Diavuno is where the Black Claws used to be based out of. That mercenary group has been disbanded and parted out to other groups now. So they're still out there, but not like they were before.
Right.
I feel like Minos makes the most sense because it's central.
Okay. So you set your guild to finding a more proper place for them in Minos.
That's where Zilfin is as well?
Yep, that's where the Emperor's building his palace.
I mean, if that's... He already gave us some property there, may as well.
Well, he's got you in I'd call it a safe house for now. It's not really quite property, but he did say he would be more than happy to give you property wherever you ended up. So
may as well be here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Minos is a good place. It's centralized, and it's. I can only imagine that this place should be well protected, since this is where the Emperor is going to be as well. So the Emperor and his staff should be here. I think it should be I think this is a good place.
All right. So you set your people to work on that, and you charter the next boat back to the north to Cavasto. I think you were headed towards.
Yeah.
Towards Cavasto.
Cavasto.
That sounds good to me.
What is the Imperial Sepulchre? Now that I'm looking at the map.
That is the place where all of the past emperors have been entombed.
Okay.
And some others. If you remember that one guy that tried to challenge the Emperor just to bring about an end to the conflict, and the Emperor whooped him, the Emperor commanded that he be buried there. Because he said that's how real Krent settled disputes. And so he gave the guy a great honor of being buried there. That canyon on the way into the sepulchre, that's the Canyon of Bones. Orin created that when he dynamited the Underdark, collapsing the floor below an undead army when he was younger than you guys.
Nice. That's great.
Alright, so you guys are getting prepared, and I wish Andy was here for this because he'd love this because it would involve contracting and scribing things. And you're approached by a scribe on your way down to the docks, and he needs your signature on some documents and some papers and things like that.
For what?
He says he's from the Emperor's. He's from the survey team that's going to find an appropriate place for your keep.
Can we just pretend that Mav is here to read over that?
we can. Mav reads it over. It is covered by the Emperor's seal in several places. It appears that the Emperor is giving you a substantial parcel of land and the resources necessary to build your first small keep.
Yes. All right.
In the north?
In the south.
Oh, in the south.
Yep.
Oh, we're in the dock in the south still. We're in Minos still.
You haven't gotten to the north yet. You're just about to get on your boat.
I thought
you were stopped by this scribe, and it's reams of paperwork. It takes Mav maybe an hour and a half to go through it all. So pretty basic structure.
Worth it.
And you guys can talk about layout and things like that a little bit later, but we will start to move into the stronghold rules. Here
sweet.
with this,
oh man,
we will build it just outside the city, probably within sight of the river.
It's like Ravenloft all over again.
And so, except you're getting it much earlier, so you'll be able to play with it more often.
Yeah.
So you'll have a base of operations for the guild in the inner city where a lot of the clerical work will happen and some of the connectivity and things like that. And then you can house your guild either at your keep or in the city, whichever you prefer. So
we have both land. We have land. We have the keep land, and we have something in the city as well.
You would have a small office building in.
Okay.
It'd be able to house like 4 or 5 people, so a team that's doing something in the city could stay there. But for the most part, it'll be an office space. You'll have a clerk there who handles paperwork and documents. Somebody that I'm sure Mav will have to approve of, or somebody from your own family, because you have people in your clan that you have access to that you could give a job to. Although most of them have headed off to what's that northeastern town? I already closed my south map.
The northeastern town is
Virsula.
Yeah.
Yeah, they headed off to Virsula to start helping with reconstruction there.
Okay.
Because that was what you guys wanted them to do when they left the north. And that's where most of them have ended up. But a few have kind of hung around, like waiting for you guys to come back to see what was going on. So if you wanted to assign one of the Granitebacks from the clan list, go ahead and pick one. Give them a job.
Oh, do we have any time to work on crafting?
Probably not, because it all went towards the ship.
Okay.
That was kind of an all hands on. You're doing everything you can to work on the ship.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess it depends what you want to do. Like, if Filbert wanted to spend a couple of days harvesting weird mushrooms and things like that. Like,
well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I was just wondering if there was any time. But the other thing I was thinking about for him, because I know, like, Tony's done a lot with our potions. Like, if we're not doing that, then I'd want to stock up in Minos before we headed back out, because I definitely need potions. I think other people need potions, too.
Speaking of that, did we get any money last week?
Oh, hold on, guys. I have a bunch of young ladies about to enter into my home. So it's okay, never mind. That's fine.
I'm pretty sure we got some...
Well, somebody stole money from me when I played last, and I don't remember if it was Jabber.
It was.
Because he definitely stole my tinkering tools, but did he steal my money as well?
I don't remember what happened to your money.
Somebody stole my money.
That's probably Jabber. He probably still has it.
But I only had like 20 gold.
Yeah, that totally was him. Because he took your tools and your money, and you were like, "Well, I only had 20 gold, so too bad. I don't care."
Yeah. Okay, that's fine, but I'm absolutely flat broke.
All right. So then let's just say everybody but Filbert is working on the boat. Filbert can give some time to it, so I'll give Filbert 2 weeks of crafting points.
I don't remember how to do that.
It's a D20 per day plus your proficiency.
Oh, gosh.
So if you take your proficiency and multiply it by 14, and then roll 14 D20s, that's what you get.
Flap.
There
It's not bad. One's in there.
256. There's a fat 20 in there, too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
2 1s, 3 2s, and a...
Yeah, that's a little on the low side. Not too much, though.
It's alright. That leaves me with enough to put some points into our healing stuff if we need to. Do I find any special crafting materials while they're building the boat? Anything that would
yes, hold on. Let me roll on my table here. Filbert, Rides the Thunder points you towards a patch of fairly dangerous fungus. I would like you to make a D20 luck roll on this.
Just a single one?
Yep. Let's just see how well this goes for you. Oh, really well. He gives you a good rundown of how this stuff works. It's called, they call it ghost fungus. And their shamans use it in 2 different fashions. One, they can form it into an elixir that, when imbibed, has some of the properties of invisibility. So if you brew it right, you could brew an invisibility potion. The other property, if you brew it wrong into a poison, it tends to dissolve things very quickly.
Oh.
Sweet. That's super exciting. Look, it's Andy.
Hey, dude!
Hey! You're not invited.
Oh, he's invited.
Oh, alright, never mind. You're good. Stay.
We were just talking about how much we missed you because we just had all sorts of contracting and paperwork happen.
Yeah, we need you.
I knew he was about to, just close out of Discord.
I know.
And then come back in because he's going to be like, well, you told me I wasn't invited.
So Mike just handed us like a foot and a half thick book that you need to read through.
You already read through it. It's fine.
Oh, dang it.
You signed the appropriate lines, and now we want to keep thanks to
Matt has approved every bottom page.
Yep.
You're just signing a bottom. Yeah.
The Emperor in the South has granted you land in title for a keep.
Excellent.
Yep.
Has Filbert figured out the ins and outs of combining poisons yet?
Maybe. Yeah.
Because
If you have
that Wyvern poison
Yep.
that does a buttload of damage. So to mix that with something that were to dissolve something or someone, would that make them both more potent?
I believe the Wyvern poison was only super potent for a couple of days, if I remember when you harvested it. And
Yeah,
then,
you said I could boil it down to make one use or keep the 4 uses that were temporary.
That's right, and you boiled it down to get one. That's right.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, depending on what you want to make, like
Okay.
we'll assign a crafting point total to it, and you can cook it up. So you have 4 doses of the ghost fungus, and you can use 1 to craft a potion as an ingredient, and if it'll either create an invisibility potion, or you can use it to create a 6d6 force damage potion, and if the thing is destroyed from the 6d6, it disintegrates.
Okay. I will like to experiment with that and possibly the glowing mushroom potion to make something that would do something akin to a fairy fire effect, giving the next person to attack, or not fairy fire, like a guiding bolt, where it would poison them, give them like a guiding bolt effect, and then poison them for a bunch.
Okay.
But I'll work on that in the downtime.
Sounds good.
I would also totally want to play around with Phil's poisons to cooperate with him. And I don't know how this would work or if it would work or anything, but the idea of making a area effect dispersible, like do less damage but increase the range from like one square to maybe more.
Okay.
But it would obviously like lessen the
poison.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
We're making dirty bombs up.
All right. So you guys are working on that. Filbert, I would say you could make one of those potions, something that would do damage and cause advantage on the next person who attacks it. That would cost you 100 crafting points, and the necessary ingredients.
All right.
So that's a pretty big deal. So
yeah.
What I would like to do is have part of our keep devoted to like what's it called? What Lucius Fox does. What does he do? What's his
he's basically
R&D.
Yeah, research and development. You want a blast bunker with ventilation systems and
yeah, I mean, I like for in the long run, I think it would be great if part of our legacy was just like inventing just bizarre, crazy things, you know, and like I don't, you know what I mean? Like obviously the thing, but like you know, people would come from forever away to look at
the junk you created.
Yes, and like you know what I mean? Like that's a long-term goal, but I love the idea of just
busting out the plans for the orbital cannon.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
I mean, and like you know, we can put the Buster cannon, right? the Axe Buster, right? Like on the
replica.
Yeah.
Yes.
Replica.
Right.
All right. Well, that's cool. So we'll get to work on that. I will make sure to add it into your keep map when I get around to it in October.
Yeah.
Because that's probably how long it's going to be before I get any fun time to do stuff like that. Maybe middle of September. We'll see. University of Wisconsin Whitewater Rock County did not burn down yesterday, which was good. So we'll see.
Was that an option?
Oh gosh. It was real close. Like, let me just explain the situation to you. We have one phone line that runs our credit card machines, and our phone. So you can't run more than one machine and be on the phone at the same time. And we only had one register to help 400 students who all wanted to put things on their credit card because they don't trust their student bill. But we survived.
All right.
And I get to do it again on Saturday. So that'll be fun. But we now have more phone lines and more registers, so it'll be better. But that's just my day yesterday. That was something. Anyways, all right. So you guys start to cook all this up. You've signed the paperwork for your keep and your parcel of land. You now have an office in the capital city of the Southern Empire, and you've gotten on your ship and you're headed to Cavasto in the Northern Empire, so you can make your way quickly to the lake where you left a pack of kobolds and goblins to try and figure out what's going on.
All right.
Did I forget anything?
Seems legit.
Nothing important.
Seems legit. I have drawn the arrow as to point to where your pack of mayhem causers are at the moment. I love it. I just love it so much. All right.
You and me both.
So the boat ride is pretty inconsequential. It's a very safe area of the sea. There's a lot of traffic that goes on there, both military and commercial. So you don't see a lot of problems there. But you pull into Cavasto, and there is now a blockade of ships sitting outside the bay. Oh, I forgot to ask something before you guys get on the boat. Do you want to take one of your NPCs with you?
The last time we did that,
This is true.
nothing went wrong.
You do
we
get the
wanna-
option.
Do we want to take what's her name? The cleric. I can't
Hazani.
think of her name. Hazani. Yeah.
Hazani would like to go spend some more time with Filbert, but Marilee is also feeling very neglected by Thanak. So
I mean,
She'll get over it.
here's the thing. Panic is feeling a little
Loved?
overprotective when she's around.
Okay.
So it's one of those things like he can't make stupid decisions when she's around, because like if he makes a dumb decision and he gets turned into a pudding, it's funny.
All
But
right.
if she does, it's problematic for him.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll some dice to see if she accepts that,
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
I mean, Phil's fine with bringing Hazani, so.
Well, that's pretty darn good. Yeah.
Double 19s.
She looks at you and she says, "Yes, you do make a lot of bad decisions when I'm around."
yeah. Well,
That's great.
yeah.
So you also have any of the others that are functional. Cadmus is in the north already, but you got Raki and Skoog, Jabber, Hector or Hashel Iron Fist, Halcoin, Halkion. I don't even know how to say that guy's name. I made him up. And the Iron Fist brothers. So,
If I haven't seen his name in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Halcyon,
it might be.
because that's a real word.
It's with a K though.
Oh,
I
is
threw
it?
him in the
Oh,
combat
never mind.
I threw him in the combat tracker real quick so you could see it. It's Halkyone. Halkion.
Halcyon. All right. Yeah. Sure. Halcyone.
Alki 1.
Halcyon 1. He's a robot.
Oh, hold on, my boss just texted me. What is he still doing at work? Go home, Dale.
Phonics. Work it for me.
Look at for me. For me.
For me. Oh, yeah. Did I say either Hazani or Adam?
If
Shoot, which one's the cleric again? Is
They're
it
both
Hash-
clerics.
his yeah.
No.
Oh,
I mean Hash and Hector.
Yeah, Hashel's the cleric.
Hashel's the
Yeah, Hashel's the son. Yeah.
And he's level 5 now, so he's doing all right.
What? Yeah, but a healer might be good.
Alright. Hazani it is. She would kind of like to go back to the north, too. To see what's going on with what remains of anybody who was in her family and clan.
That's cool.
So, there it is. Alright. So you guys, together again with Hazani. Filbert, you are being told to be on your best behavior and don't look at her. And you board the boat, and now you're at the blockade.
And I'll just whisper to Phil, this is why I left mine at home.
I get to bring both of mine.
Yeah, let's see how that works out for you.
Well, they had fun together last time, so hopefully we'll keep that up. So there's just a blockade of ships?
Blockade of ships.
Does it look like it is military blockade, or does it look like it is
Quarantine.
Yeah, like what? Like, is there anything that we can
trade?
Can we ascertain the nature of the blockade?
It looks fairly military.
Is there any way that
hoist up the white flag?
Yeah.
Let's cruise on through.
Okay.
Something? Can we send out a dinghy or something to go and talk to someone about why the port's closed off?
Yeah, that would be the white flag.
Yep.
There you go.
So you hoist your white flag, and
Cannonball me in.
you start to sail closer. You get close enough.
I feel like we should just have Phil walk on water.
Hey guys, I got a question.
Just turn into a big kraken. Nothing will go wrong.
What am I doing? I'm
just kidding. Don't do that. Don't actually. Gosh.
I love it.
What port are we pulling into?
Cavasto.
Phil, you can walk on water and shape.
Oh, you bet I can. I can turn into a giant elk, cast daylight on myself, and walk on the water like a majestic beak.
I feel like you should
doing it.
Cast walk on water and change into an octopus just for the visual.
But can you wear a cool hoodie and look like my son?
Don't encourage.
Somehow as a moose.
I can turn into a moose. That's basically the same thing as a giant elk, right?
Pretty close.
I'll just do that. And I'll cast daylight on my horns and just
and you're just gonna
trot in front of the ship.
Walk out in front of the ship.
A boy moose?
What's the worst that could happen?
Let's attach a chain so it looks like you're pulling the boat.
Sure. Got it.
And then ask them why they are in our way.
We wrote down a ways back.
I got a 16 performance check.
Freaking
I am a masterpiece.
This is why Marilee can't come with us.
You know, I'll even make a persuasion check.
I am not. Why am I? Oh, I'm not exhausted anymore.
No, probably not.
Don't be exhausted.
Oh yeah, let me apply a short rest or a long rest to you guys because you've definitely had multiple rests at this point. Okay, so Filbert, you get out of the boat, turn into your stuff. They tie the chain onto you, and it starts. You start looking like you're dragging the boat. Actually, you need to make a persuasion check to the captain before any of this happens. This is not your boat.
22, it's right there. Persuasion check. It's right above the Granitebacks persuasion check.
All right.
You somehow convince her that this is the right line of action.
Yeah, we just totally thought that this was our boat, that we could do whatever we wanted.
This captain is not thrilled with this, but goes along with it.
Man is only half-heartedly with that.
Right.
Filbert, and everybody else, make perception checks for me.
Yeah.
Here comes the ones.
There's a net.
Oh yeah!
Nice.
10 willing creatures can also walk on water.
No!
Nice.
10 willing creatures?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Apparently.
Mav.
I am not paying attention to anything. I am strutting majestically.
1. Love it.
Mav.
That's a 2 total.
Phil, are you doing that thing that do with a yes that.
I am stepping.
High stepping. Matt, you're the only one who sees it. The ships in the blockade are definitely all training their weapons on the giant glowing elk that's approaching them.
But not us. We're okay.
That's true. They're not aiming at the boat, but they do look like they're about to fire on your brother.
I'm gonna wave our white flag and just yell that we broke down and we need some assistance.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know why we didn't attach a white flag, like 2 streaking white flags to his antlers.
I can't.
This is what happens when you don't plan anything.
Yep. I have stuff. I have stuff planned. I planned for you going to the lake. You're going to the lake. We're on task, sort of, but this is...
The lake adventure, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Right.
The encounter up to the lake adventure that should have taken like 5 minutes, 3 hours.
Well, I just rolled a nat 20 against whatever persuasion you're going to make to convince them not to skewer Filbert. No.
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 Oh dear.
Filbert,
Sorry,
what's your
buddy.
AC as a giant elk? Oh, there's another nat 20 in there.
Let's see. Giant elk. AC 14. Hold on. I didn't give myself my temporary hit points. One moment.
I mean, is
Okay.
it really gonna matter?
We'll find out in a moment.
They're all going to shoot you.
I got a couple. I mean, when the first volley hits me, I'm just gonna fall beneath the water. So
No, you won't. That's not concentration. You're gonna float on top of the water.
I can choose to turn it off.
You'll be unconscious. You
Filbert,
can't choose anything.
They're not all gonna hit me at the exact same moment. I can react.
Just
Have
see
you
all the
seen
dice
naval
he rolled?
warfare?
No,
Did you see all the dice he rolled?
naval warfare ever.
Filbert,
Yeah.
you are no longer an elk.
Yay.
And you're going to take 16 overflow damage as you are
Hey.
blasted by this, and you hear a booming voice over the water to turn your ungodly vessel away from their town immediately.
Wow.
That was quick.
I feel like we should just sail away.
Yep.
That's what the captain's going to do. You hear, he's up there at the wheel, you hear him muttering about stupid elk daylight.
I thought this was what's her name? The
Lulu?
Crystal's character.
No, Lulu's gone home.
Oh.
She dropped you guys off at Minos and went home.
Let's see. What's
Oh
the
man, I thought she was still captaining.
No.
That would have been awesome.
She needed to go report that she got her brand new, very expensive submersible boat destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
And she wasn't looking forward to that. But I brought this crappy old rickety thing. Yeah. Alright, so Filbert, you're being dragged along by a chain, skipping across the water as the captain turns and drives away.
Yep. I'm gonna water ski behind the boat.
He says he's headed for Crenshad unless anyone objects.
No, is this, are you, weekend at Bernie's
Can you pass through Granitebacks to Copanis?
You can. You can take the road, you can take the river. There's definitely ways to get there.
I feel like take the river to Copanis because it'll put us a little bit closer.
Filbert's gonna take a nap.
Is the ship big enough to go through that, or small enough to go through that river?
No,
Is it
you'll have to get a different boat. It'd be able to go a little ways in, but it shallows out pretty quick.
Right, okay.
Alright, so you guys head into Crenshad. There is no blockade here. The city is kind of a mess, though. The worst of the initial infighting was centered here. So there's still a lot of recovery that's going on. There's a lot of areas of town that were flat out torched and burned to the ground.
Can we get information from anyone on what's going on in Cavasto?
Let's see. Yeah, you guys land at the docks. You disembark. Most people you go to talk to just shake their head like they don't want to talk to you at all. But sooner or later, you find somebody who's willing to talk. Make a persuasion check. Someone as you try to find out what's going on in Cavasto. That's a very good persuasion check.
Hey!
Much better than what was going on with the elk monkey business.
Wow.
Although it was great.
Again, Mav only was half-heartedly on board with the Hulk situation.
Wilbur was all in.
You find an old drunken sailor sitting on the dock of the bay watching the tide roll away, and you start to talk to him about what's going on in Cavasto, and he says that they, after the war, they withdrew all of their forces into the city, and they were pretty pro-firstborn, and they are currently digging barricades and ditches and erecting walls around the city, and they've gotten extremely isolationist compared to the other towns.
Wow.
Is it an issue of us traveling through the town?
He said, no, they probably wouldn't even let you in the town.
That's what I meant. Like, how do we get?
Well, you don't
on
need
the
to go to
other side?
Cavasto now. You could go right down the river or follow
Oh,
the road.
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Crinchad.
No, Crinchad just looks miserable.
Okay.
Yeah. They're pretty much kind of shell-shocked from the war. Cavasto's the one that's drawn up forces and kind of withdrawn into an isolationist type attitude.
Does it look like are there repairs being made, or is it just like everybody's kind of just in a funk and nothing's really happening?
Nobody's fixing anything, but what you come to find out, and you can just continue to talk to this guy. We'll call him Bill. Bill the sailor.
Seems legit.
He says most people just found a house where everyone was dead and took it.
Wow.
And he's like, there's houses to spare.
Was there damage to the city?
Yeah, in several places, whole neighborhoods were burned to the ground. A fire broke out and there was nobody to stop it, and it just spread.
I vote we go as Granitebacks and work to survey the damage.
I was thinking that too. On the other hand, we're pretty stretched thin.
Yep.
I'm not saying that we would go do the work there. We're just there to survey to get into the city.
Well, we don't need to. We can just go up the river. They're not stopping us.
This is also true. But if you wanted to go further into town, having a good cover wouldn't be a bad idea.
Oh. We don't need to be in Cavasto.
Nope.
You can buy
that was just our first point that we were going to.
Yes.
Yep.
Because it was the closest one to the lake. This has got you a little further out.
Well, we can just sail up the river and take the boat straight there.
That's true, because a boat is probably the quickest way anyways, because you have to get to Mariasi, don't we?
Yep.
You have to get to where, the goblins and the kobolds are working where I drew that arrow.
Oh, we have to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So boat's still going to be the quickest way. So why don't we... How much... Where's our boat? We have a boat.
It disappeared during the war. You don't know what happened to it.
Okay.
Or the fishermen.
How much would it be to charter or to rent or buy a small boat just for the 5 of us?
Already.
Yeah.
Order.
Yeah.
Did we sell a bag of holding?
I haven't collected the money yet, but yes.
Okay.
We're engaging in the multiverse's first internet transaction.
It's canon already.
Yeah.
Sure is a cannon, that's for sure.
So you ask Bill about the likelihood of getting a boat to head out into the lake from here, and he goes and he gets that sailor look in his face. He's like, "There's a time when I would have taken you myself, but now no one sails the lake. You might find somebody to take you as far as Capanis, but no further.
Tell us why.
The lake is sick. Black is the water."
Do you know why?
No. I just know those that go out into it don't come back.
But the river up to Copanis says it's okay.
So far.
Okay, so I feel that gives us two options. One, go deal with the lake. Or two, take the long way and just go on land.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question for the group. Also for the DM, he can give his insight into this. We're going to address our fish curse, right?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Do we have 300 gold?
3,000 gold.
Or we have 3,000 gold?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't have anything.
We got 720 gold in the treasury.
So we
can
made
cover it.
you can cover 3,000 gold.
Oh, I thought you said 300.
No, it's 3,000.
I got another 100, but we sold a bag, but I don't think we got 3,000 for it.
You did pick up some magic items last week that you have yet to identify.
Hey,
That's
we're
true.
in a city.
So those you could count towards.
3,000 from there?
It's
Well,
double, I believe.
No, it's triple, isn't it? Isn't it triple what?
We weren't sure what we took, so we came up with a number that'd be more than enough to cover our debt.
That right there.
Okay.
So I mean, we could give less.
Well, I was.
But who knows?
Okay,
I totally was going to ask this at the beginning, but since we're talking about it, were there like some sort of icons or idols that we took from when we were down there as well?
We didn't take anything iconography-wise.
This is what happened, and as far as you guys know, the events, as far as your curse goes, are unrelated. You got the idol for the Lady of the Lake. That was in a smaller cave attached to the Kuatoa cave, but they did not seem related. That's where you fought that big worm beast. You looted the temple of the Kuatoa god, blah, 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 blah. And that's what ticked her off. The idol and the looting are two separate events.
Okay. We really came away with that much loot?
Well, you couldn't remember, and so I threw out a number. I said, you got somewhere between 800 and 1,500 in treasure. And Andy said, let's just pay 3,000 to be safe.
Yep.
Seems legit.
Because we had to give more than what we took.
Yep.
I
Twice
believe it was
what you took.
Twice what
So
we took.
yes. So this begs the question: where do we get that money from? Let's just assume that what magic items do we have?
Can we identify the magic items?
Yeah,
please?
you would have had time. Give me 2 Arcana checks with Identify casts. You might as well cast your Identify at max level. So,
And at an advantage.
yep, 10 plus 5 for each upcast level.
So that would be 2.
Well, that'd be plus 15.
How many? Yeah. So how many items is it?
2. Make 2 Arcana checks at advantage with plus 15.
Okay.
Nice.
Wait, wrong button. So 20. So 35 for the first one.
Okay. You identify a cloak of protection.
Jeez. And 32. Am I good at math? Yeah.
And a necklace of adaptation.
What does that do?
While wearing this necklace, you can breathe normally in any environment. You have advantage on saving throws made against gases and vapors, and all that stuff. Yeah.
So you said cloak of protection and a necklace of adaptation?
Correct.
Okay, let me ask this question. Does anybody have any need, desire, or want for either of those 2 items?
I mean, no, we absolutely need to sell them. But here's the other question.
Do we need to sell them, or can we give the item as tribute?
Hey,
That's up to you guys.
Well, see, that's something that is probably going to have to happen because we are in the ruins of a war-torn. Who are we going to find that has the money to even buy this stuff?
The king. We already left there, though.
Yeah.
I would say that we leave the cloak or the necklace of adaptation at the bottom of the sea. as our tribute.
Assuming the cost of this is accurate, the max cost would be 500 gold for each.
No, that's not. Those costs are not accurate. I just looked them up in my pricing guide. The necklace of adaptation is $3,000.
Yep.
There you go.
The necklace itself is $3,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's valued at 3,000. If we sold it, it'd be half of that, probably, possibly. Good case. The cloak would be 8,500, but the cloak would also provide us more benefit.
Yeah. We also have this coral necklace of the sea that I created that I don't have a price for.
What does that do?
It gives
Breathing,
water breathing, and freedom of movement.
I'd probably price that as at 2.
I would.
2,000. Yeah.
So why don't we just give both of those things?
And call it even.
Yeah.
And what was the cloak?
Protection.
Cloak of protection. So I would vote that we give that to either Thanik or Othig. Probably Othig. It adds 1 AC and adds 1 saving throw.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Cloak of protection. It's like a ring of protection, but a cloak.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's your AC
And-
right now?
Just so I guess whoever has the lowest AC, take it. Mine's 18.
Mine's 18.
Oh. Then maybe Thanik should have it.
All right.
Well,
Well, because you have the. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Thanik can pull out a shield to boost his up.
Yeah.
True.
But
Well-
Ryan can now parry.
Yeah, I can now parry, but you also have you do more with ranged spell attacks than I will. I'll always be in combat, but
I mean, so will I. I'm
you have
only
the option
using
to
range.
not be in combat.
I'm only using ranged combat when I can't get close to somebody.
Yeah,
He's also more likely to be the front person, and you might be behind him.
I also, and I'll throw this in there too, I do believe an item of protection translates over for druids when they shapeshift. Armor does not, but this would also help Filbert quite a bit as well.
Because I'm usually the one getting hit when I'm an animal. You guys don't usually get hit when I'm an animal.
That's a good point. Give it to Filbert.
Yeah.
So
If that stuff translates if that stuff translates over, then yeah, give it to.
yeah, it's,
Yeah, because you can't. What's your AC?
My AC when I'm as Filbert is 18.
mm-hmm.
But not when he's an animal.
Not
Depends on
when
the
you're-
animal.
Animals like 12 or
Around
14.
or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, totally give it to Filbert then.
So
Yeah.
that's a pretty helpful item for a druid, especially a move druid. All right, so that's settled. You've set aside some of what you think you'll use as tribute, leaving you your cash to still spend, and then you can hire a boat to head down to Copanis for 20 gold.
How much is that ring thing worth?
Oh.
The Ring of
I've never had
Shifting.
that.
Yeah.
That's something I created myself. I would probably price it at 1,000.
Okay. Because we have that as well. I have the Pearl Power, the Holy Symbol, and then the Ring of Protection. So.
Well, that ring saved your butt a couple of times now, though.
Yeah.
I know.
I would keep that. It's not a.
Yeah.
Like we don't need it for the moment, so. I mean, we don't need the gold, so.
Yep.
So I guess do we want to pay the 20 gold, or we just want to walk?
No, I'll pay the 20 gold.
All right. So you guys hop a boat. You find a guy who's willing to take you downriver. Captain Malroy. He's got a fishing boat similar to the one you guys had. It's not the same, obviously, but it's similar. It's got a small mast if the wind is right to catch it and help guide it. But it's mostly pole-oared. And he's a pretty somber dude. He talks to you as a little bit here and there as you're going down the river. And you, every once in a while, you still see bodies in the water from the fighting. You pass a lot of shoreline homesteads that were burned and torched. It's pretty clear that this section of the empire, when it shattered, was pretty war-torn for a while. It probably has to do with the close proximity of the cities and loyalists holding out as long of the defense as they could. It's a pretty grim, sad sight. And as you get to the Copanis, you start to see the water turn darker, and it starts to smell foul. And Melroy says that the black has crept further downstream. And he's not going any further. He's going to drop you off kind of where that tree is just south of town.
Okay. What does it smell like to us?
Oh, it smells like rot and death. It smells like a pile of dead fish rotting.
So it doesn't smell good to us.
No.
Okay.
No, it's repulsive.
All right.
It smells like you would expect the pie of ultimate evil to smell like.
But it didn't smell.
But it didn't smell like that. But it's what it should have smelled like.
It's what it smells like when you cast Divine Sense on it.
Yep. I'm going to close my window. There's a lot of background noise coming in.
So are we gonna walk to the north, follow the road, enough around, or are we going?
We can.
It's a shorter distance to go south around it, but there's no road.
It's pretty easy country to travel, though.
Okay.
So it's and my neighbor, this dude cracks me up. He's got a pretty hopped up John Deere rider. It can haul pretty good, and he's got a trailer on it that he's got for his kids, not for hauling stuff. He puts his kids in the back of it, and he just tears around the fields in the back.
That's great.
He's awesome. He's driving up and down the street right now in it.
Huh.
He's got the real little ones in there, so he's kind of tame, but I've seen him out there with his son doing, like, top speed in his rider, and the kid's just hanging on. I'm also pretty sure that happens when his wife's not home, too, so.
Yeah.
Don't tell Mom.
Yep. So.
Nice.
So what's your plan then? Are you going to get out of Copanis, or you want to just head along the shore to the south?
Let's just get out on the east bank and just make our way around to the east and north.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that, you take the trip. This area of the country looks pretty normal. There's still a lot of homesteads and farms here and there. You see a lot of homes along the shoreline that have been abandoned because of the smell. Like, you don't want to get too close to the shore. It just reeks right now. It smells just absolutely awful. And you see temporary homes and shanties and stuff built further up onto the hillsides as you go. And it takes you about 3 or 4 days to reach that point where you left the kobolds at. Is there anything you want to stop or do along the way?
Did we... I know I left it in between there, but did we get stuff? Because we heard about how bad the water was going to be. Do we have underwater breathing and stuff to plug our noses maybe when we make the approach?
Phil can give us water breathing, right?
Yep, it's a ritual.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we're probably good with that then.
Okay. All right. So you guys cruise on, and you get closer to where Filbert left your friends, quote unquote. And you see a large column of black smoke rising into the air. And you come around the bend, and there is this giant contraption built into the waterfront. And there's a half dozen goblins and multiple kobolds all shoving logs into a furnace that is powering this contraption. This thing is scooping up water and running it through all these tubes and pipes and flinging dead fish everywhere. And it's pumping clean water back into the lake.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Does it? And it's our goblins and kobolds?
Yeah, you recognize them.
Let's ask them what on earth they're doing.
And so this fat kobold walks up to you. He's like, "What do you think we're doing? We're cleaning the lake like you told us to." And you look, and like right around this machine, it's clean water, and it doesn't smell as bad here near these guys. It's like, it's been a heck of a thing, but we cobbled some of this together. We put these pipes here, and we throw the fishes off to this side, and hey, bang, clean water.
Can I like investigate this machinery?
Yeah, make an investigation check on it. You're looking at this. You cannot figure out how in the world this thing works. You're looking at it going, this thing should explode. This thing, there's no way this should be together. But it works. It's kind of like when you're a kid and you build like some really cockamamie Rube Goldberg machine, and you get it to work that one time, and then that's what these guys got going on.
And the water around it is clean?
Yeah, it's doing the job. And there are, now that you're here, there are piles of dead fish like 100 yards off to the side of this thing where it's flinging the dead fish it's sucking up.
Hey, Phil, can you come with me and let's look at these fish? I'm wondering if you could... either your combination of...
Find out if they were infected with something?
Yeah, your combination of understanding of nature as well as...
Did we try to see if the water was, like, magically changed?
Yeah, I will, I guess while Phil does that, maybe I'll, like, cast Detect Magic and see if...
I'm thinking, like, it was either magical or there's, like, some foul beast that is, like, lurking underneath the surface of the water that's, like, causing the corruption of the lake here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Filbert, what kind of check are you thinking here? Looking at a pile of dead fish, survival, nature. What are you feeling? Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with survival.
Okay.
But I would also like to see if there's anything unnatural in its nature, as if it were something Fey related.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do a survival check. Buddy.
That's a fantastic survival check. It's nat 20 plus.
Am I able to determine if it's natural?
It seems the death effect seems natural.
Okay.
What's causing it? It's hard to say. You've never seen anything like this happen before, but it doesn't seem arcane in nature.
Oh, okay. Well, I will do that and see where that gets us.
So, this smell is familiar to you. Now that you're closer to the dead fish, it smells like the black swamp in the Feywild.
Okay.
Tell us about the Black Swamp.
I don't know anything about it.
The Black Swamp is a huge swath of land in the Feywild where most of the swampy, nastier creatures have a residence. There's a palace of rotting eldrin there from the Shadow Courts. It's a pretty grody place. Phil would have visited it at least once or twice in his traipsings through the Feywild.
Hey, Mike. Is it possible, do we think that this may have happened because of the desecration of the temple?
What temple?
The
Blibdoolpoolp's temple?
Yeah.
Probably not. Blibdoolpoolp is not really considered that powerful of a god, nor is she a fey creature. She's more of just a faux celestial that kind of just Kuatoa trip out on her. They dig her. So she's more of a warlocky style patron than an actual deity. So you'd be pretty surprised if that was the cause. Just a minor temple of hers.
Okay. Cloak of Protection 0.
So, as you guys are investigating and talking about stuff, you see coming over the ridge are 4 or 5 wargs. Like big, nasty goblinoid wolves. And they have ropes tied around their necks and they're dragging a tree that the kobolds are riding.
Nice. Our guys. This is the beginnings of our dwarven bear riders.
I know.
You guys were so worried.
With kobold warg riders to support them.
Bear cavalry.
You should have been worried. I just happened to roll a really spectacular number on your luck roll for what happened with these guys while you were gone. Don't shush me. It's one of those funny moments where as a DM that nat 20 comes up and you go, okay, I gotta make this cool now.
Alright.
Fish flinger.
I'm so excited.
Nice.
Yep.
So
Someone's
really
getting a
excited.
promotion.
Yeah.
Who's getting a promotion? Filbert?
Not Filbert.
That was one idea.
So, what are your thoughts? What do you guys want to do here?
I want to see where the wargs go with these goblins on a log.
Okay.
What's going on with
Well,
that?
the wargs drag the logs up near the furnace. The other goblins come over and they untie the ropes and they ride back off on the wargs back out into the wilderness with some axes at their side. And the kobolds begin, and the other goblins at the base begin to chop up the log and feed it to the furnace as it pumps up water and continues to spray it back out into the lake and fling fish everywhere.
Yeah. So there's clearly a source for all of this ick. We just need to find it. I would like to ritual cast detect magic.
I already did.
Oh yeah, he did do that. There's nothing magical about the disgust of the water. At least not the type that detect magic would pick up. It's not concentrated enough to do that. It still could be coming from a magical source, but the residue itself is not magical.
Okay.
But at this time, we're kind of figuring there's a rift somewhere into something gross that we're going to need to close.
Something has definitely gone awry.
Yeah.
I will have Hazani come with me. I will go to an area that is dirty, like not that the area is being cleaned up, and I'll go to an area that's actively gross. And I'm gonna stick my hand in it and just see what happens.
Okay. You don't have to go far. It's, seriously, the goblins and kobolds, they've managed to clean the water, but only like in 30 yards around their contraption. So
I mean, hey, it's something.
It is something. So you go a ways out and you stick your hand down into the water and you're just about to touch it when you see one of the dead fish laying on the side of the lake flex and flop. And this one looks like it's been dead quite a bit longer than the ones that the machine is flinging out.
Okay.
Do you still want to touch the water?
I want to push his hands toward the water.
Do it.
Before he touches the water, actually, not that. Okay, now you may touch the water.
Bless.
Yeah, I will, I'll do one of those, like...
Alright, so you're about to touch the water and that fat kobold walks up to you and he's somewhere along the lines, he's got a cigar and it's hanging out of his mouth now.
Right, yeah.
He's like, hey, you probably don't want to do that. He's like, you remember Viz? He was in charge when you left? Yeah,
He's not in charge anymore?
Well, he's gone. The lake ate him.
It ate him.
Yeah, it's gonna pull you in and pull you under the water, and we ain't never gonna see you again. I mean, do what you want. He ashes his cigar and turns around and goes back to the machine.
Can I go to the clean area? How deep is it clean? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
you could go clean. You could get in the clean water and walk out to where you would be submerged.
So, I don't want to get submerged, but I would like to look into I would like to look underwater.
Yeah.
While I'm in the clean area and look into the dirty area.
In the lake. Yeah. See what you can see.
All right. Make a perception check for me. At disadvantage.
I'm not the one who should be doing this.
Can we tie a rope to him?
Sure. All right, 11. It's not terrible. It's not great. So you stick your head under there and you crank it over off to the side, and you can see it's like a 6-inch layer of gook, and it's it looks like it filters down a little bit and then pulls back up, kind of like, I don't want to say tendrils like a jellyfish because that gives the impression that it's alive. More like a flooded area of fish food. Or like when you put a drop of blood in the water and you kind of see it swirl around. It's more like that, but it's thick, it's viscous. It's like almost like the top layer is 6 inches of jello and the bottom of it's melting into the water. And so you're down there and you begin to hear this really weird splashing sound off to your left. And then you hear laughing.
I would like to get out of the water.
You pull your head up out of the water and one of the goblins is taking a leak in the clean water. Like right next to your head. He looks over at you, he's like, what?
Thanks. Hey, Phil.
Yeah.
When you make creatures, are they alive?
Well, as long as they're here. And as long as someone kills them.
Well, I mean, like, I guess this is part of Adam asking the question. I don't know how that spell works. Is it creating new entities, or is it...
It is summoning them. I bring them forth from the Fae. The ones that turn into animals are Fae spirits that take the shape of animals. The other ones are just Fae spirits.
And then when they die, they just go back to the Fae?
I think so.
Because I would like to experiment with them, but I feel bad about killing.
It's fine. Phil experiments with them all the time. Just ask the ones that got attacked by the blood, whatever.
Running boils.
Right, the running boils.
That was so great.
So here's the thing. I would like to ask the group whether or not they find this morally apprehensive, on whether or not Phil can summon some creatures and toss them in the water.
Yeah, I'll summon some friends. I got no problem with that.
I would like it if you didn't call them friends.
But they are my friends. And you're gonna love these ones. And I will summon 8 mud mephits.
Okay, so these...
Because they're used to being icky.
Yep, these gross, like, winged... They almost look impish and fiendish, but they're definitely kind of an elementally type creature. Come, like, bubbling up out of the ground. And they're just kind of slurping around. And one of them flies over near Filbert and he's like, I don't want us to do, boss.
And I will have them begin to investigate the area. I would like them to see if they can figure out how far out we'd be able to get without having to touch any of the ick.
Okay.
And then, if they can, find a source within the hour that they're here.
Okay, so they start to fly around. Do you want them to touch the ick?
They can go in the clean part of the water. They have a swim speed of 20 feet.
Okay.
Send one of them into the dirty water and see what happens.
Yeah, I'd send them underneath the dirty water from the clean part to see if they can travel around. If we feel like we would be able to get underneath the dirty part.
So that's the first order of business, is they go in the clean water and they just kind of slurp into the water and they become almost like that stream of sand you pour out of a bucket into the water as they kind of cook through there, and they swim under there and they go out and about and they come back. And the one pops his head up out of the water, and it kind of forms back together. He's like, looks like you could swim all the way under if you wanted to. Can't find the source, though.
Make one of them touch it.
Yeah, can you just go play in that for a moment?
You want me to go in it?
I mean, sure.
Is he scared?
They all come out and they do rock, paper, scissors to go in there. And the one just loses right away. Everybody else, he's the only guy who pulls up rock and everybody else has paper. And he's like, oh. He goes over to touch it, and as he touches it, the sticky part gets him, and it starts to pull him, and it elongates him because he's made of mud, and he starts trying to fly away from it, and it just, like, almost like a loom wraps up wool, but it just wraps him up and pulls him apart and into it, and he's just like, "Oh, this sucks!" And he is pulled into it, and the others all look at each other, and they look back at Filbert, and they rock, paper, scissors again.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Do we know, like, I imagine we don't know, but can we tell, like, is this coming out from the river that leads from Euros?
They can't get that far in their time, and you don't know.
Because I'm wondering now if maybe the source is, like, on the surface,
related.
but if it's coming from Euros because it's maybe part of that.
I mean, we could travel over to Mariasi and find out.
Good.
We could. But we also know that from your methods that we can get underneath it if we wanted to at this point, so that's good too.
Have one of your methods touch it again, and Othig, turn your glaive into. I mean, is it slashing? The glaive is slashing, is it?
Yeah.
See if when it reaches out, if you can cut it off, like cut it off.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right. So that seems to work. The thing grabs a hold of the Mephit and starts to pull him in, and he's just all screaming, "Ah, crap!" And he's getting pulled in. And you swing, and you cut through the goop, but it cuts through a section of it, but you can't get it all before it reattaches and reforms.
So it's animated. It's sentient, or both.
It doesn't seem to be sentient, but it does seem to want to stick together. So like you cut through it, but almost as soon as you cut through it, you feel like if you could do it fast enough and cut a circle around it, you could have maybe pulled it out. But it would be a very precision cut, and it would have to be quick. Because the minute it reconnects with itself, it starts to seal up whatever cut it.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah.
Can you cast what's the name of that spell? The bonfire one, whatever.
Bonfire?
Is it bonfire?
Yes.
And just see how it reacts to fire.
Sure, I will light the water on fire.
Sure, you put a bonfire on it, and it does spread out near the fire.
So it gets away from the fire.
It does get away from the fire.
Let's try cold damage. I will try that same thing with frostbite.
It freezes, but then it starts to ripple and bubble, and it doesn't look like it's moved away from the cold. It just absorbed it for a bit, maybe slowed it down.
Okay.
And then...
Can I cast Sacred Flame on it?
You can.
Or some radiant damage that way?
It blasts a hole open up from it, and then it closes pretty quickly. The bonfire, because it stays there, seems to have had the best effect so far. Although radiant damage did make it part, it just resealed pretty quick.
I'll cast Psychic Blast on it. Is it immune to psychic damage?
It is immune to psychic damage.
Okay, so it's probably not... It doesn't seem like it's alive.
There we go.
The last thing is I'll troll the dead on it. Do some fishes like smack at it as that are dead?
Necrotic damage doesn't do anything to it either.
Unfortunate.
Othig.
Yeah.
And Thanok.
Yeah.
Can you guys try that separation thing again? If we can, I want to try and get some of this stuff into a bucket.
Oh, you want a sample?
Yes.
Well, I could probably just do that with my glaive if it was a small enough sample and maybe push it towards the clean part of the water.
The goblin, or the kobold with the cigar again says, "You could just scoop it up with a bucket." And he's got a bucket. You want it?
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
I want to get some of it in a bucket.
Yeah, you can go to the edge of it and scoop it up in a bucket. It doesn't seem to reach out for you at all. But once it touches something, it feels like it gets stuck and pulled in.
Okay. I would like to then ritual cast Purify Food and Drink to remove any poison or disease from this bucket.
It has no effect. I want to say it should because it is an unnatural presence in there.
Okay.
So yeah, let's say this, and I think that's a creative use of the spell. You watch as for a moment the water separates itself from the goop, but then the goop settles back down on it.
Oh, okay.
So you for a moment purified the water, but it didn't eliminate the goop. It
It just separated it.
Completely understand.
Yeah.
I think that's the only things that I can legitimately think of doing. Creating and destroying water.
And we said fire seemed to have the best effect on it?
Well, the damage was constant as long as Phil kept the bonfire up. So that seemed to be the most effective. The other things you tried were short-term.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks.
Right.
In the bucket, I will remove all of the water because I can destroy up to 10 gallons of water. I want to see what happens to the stuff when the water is removed.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. So you destroy the water, and the goop all falls to the bottom of the bucket, and it just lays there.
Does it seem to be doing anything to the bucket? Like, is it like destroying the bucket itself?
Doesn't seem to be.
Hey, Muffet, come touch this.
Yeah, touch it when it's in the bucket, when it's separated from everything else.
Hey, rock, paper, scissors again. One of them mopes over, and he looks back at everybody else, and they're just looking at him like, do it. You got told to do it, you got to do it. And so he puts his hand in it, and he gets pulled in, and the volume of the goop now spreads significantly up out of the bucket to a volume that you are pretty sure is equal to that of a method.
Oh.
So it consumed him.
More yes and no. More like it transformed him.
Oh, did you have detect magic going, Thanak? Would you have been able to see any magical alteration?
I mean, I had it up, but I don't know if it would still be up.
I'd just give this one to you. I would say, since it's a ritual thing, it is not magical by nature.
Well, all right. Let's head into the water and figure out where this is coming from. I think we've done all the experimentation we can with it here.
I think transmuted is a better word, even though that's a magical word. Consuming gives you the idea that it's a creature, and so does absorbing. It had an
natural
effect.
Transmutation.
Yeah.
There's a chemical reaction.
Yep.
And it. Gosh, that's so bizarre.
Right. That's kind of cool though. We've seen ooze monsters and things like that.
Yeah, you just fought one last week.
Right. Was this anything like that?
No, because those things seem to move towards whatever they want to eat. I mean, in some ways, yes, because it's gooey looking and gross, but in other ways, it's completely different.
This is almost like a byproduct of something.
Sure. I mean, the only way we're going to find the source is if we leave this spot. So we either need to go into the water or over the water.
How far is it if we were gonna go to Mariossi right now? How would it be? Like, how long would it take us?
It'd be probably another 2 days. Andy, what were you going to say?
How far down is it? Like, how long do we have to travel?
To get back to where you believe the Temple of Blibdoolpoolp was, it would probably be about 10 hours underwater.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Well, here's what we can do, guys. No, because we can't do more than one rest in 24 hours. Never mind. That plan won't work.
What were you thinking?
Spirit Guardians for 5 minutes. Ritual cast hut. Hop in hut. Rest. Hop out. Spirit Guardians for 5 minutes. Hut.
To push all this stuff away, yeah. That's really funny.
We can get below it. It's on the surface. It doesn't go all the way down to the bottom of the lake. We can get below this stuff and go down to that spot.
Yeah.
It's on the surface like an oil slick.
Well, if we can get below it, I can cast Spirit Guardians to get the 5 of us underneath it.
Well, let's head that way.
You think you can get underneath it from the area that the goblins created? You can get fully underwater before it gets back to before the surface connects because you're dwarves. I mean, everybody else would have to dive underwater and swim a ways before they could stand up again. But you guys would clear it by about 2 feet.
So yeah, let's do that. Let's head that. Well, I've still got these guys on a leash. Let's head into the water and we'll head in that direction.
All right, so you're about to go into the water, and the goblin comes running up, and he grabs you by the arm, and he's like, "All right, so we just keep going, doing what we're doing. What's going on here?"
I mean, you guys are helping the ecosystem a lot here.
Well, they're creating a deforestation issue. However,
what?
we need them to keep doing this because if what we do downstairs doesn't fix this, we need to get out.
Well, sure, we can use the spirit guardians to get out, though.
I mean, can we?
You did see radiant damage affected it, and so you would imagine constant radiant damage would affect it. I think that's... I can give you that.
Let's send these guys to do something more productive.
Well, what do you want us to do with all these fish we caught?
Are the fish contaminated or are they edible?
We didn't eat them.
I would say burn them.
Yeah, they look pretty black, don't they?
Yep. All right, boys, throw them in the cooker, and he goes off.
Yep.
And the other kobolds kind of start swarming around him, and they're shoveling them up into wheelbarrows, and they're dumping them into the thing, and now the whole place smells like a schmelt fry gone wrong.
Yeah.
Where is the poop?
We're gonna smell this all the way down to
The poop cavern?
Yep.
The specific poop cavern that you guys were in is way over near Ilanos, like on the other side of the map. You would know that all of these places probably have one, though.
It's like right there.
Well, we know there's an entrance in the Underdark at that one.
Yeah. You
I
do.
think I would send them there to get to work making that place better, unless you guys have a better idea. I don't know what to do with these guys. Just let them wander around.
They would not be very safe in a civilized area.
Yeah.
Not here.
Right. No suggestions?
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what to do with these guys right now.
Well, if we don't figure something out, they will, and that's not going to be good.
I mean, they can just keep doing this until we come back up.
Yeah.
As Adam said, they're creating a deforestation problem.
Yeah, but they're also I mean, they're not at the moment burning the whole forest down.
That we know of.
They should also replant.
They're not going to do that.
We have a tree person with us, Phil.
See, this future us problem is becoming a now us problem over and over again.
Yeah.
And we need to stop just letting everything be a future us problem.
All D&D is a future us problem.
Yes.
That's the entirety of this game.
How many kobolds and goblins are there?
There are 18 total. There are 9 kobolds and... No, there are 11 kobolds and 7 goblins. And 4 wargs. You don't even know where they got them. You've never seen one up here in North Kron.
That's true.
Cool.
Hold on, I'm opening my window back up.
I'm going to tell them to just go form a city here, and we'll find them later.
Why don't we send them back to our plot of land?
No, we can't. We can't send them anywhere near civilization.
In like no time.
I don't know that they'd be able to safely get back.
Right there. You guys go there. Build a small village, and we will come find you soon. Just don't kill anybody.
Filbert, make a D20 luck roll for me.
Yep. That's not bad.
Not
16.
bad.
Hey!
Not bad. All right. He's like, all right, village life, huh? That's a
Well,
little
yeah.
on the boring side.
Yeah, well, I will come and I will find a way to get you somewhere cool soon.
All right. Should we take the yappers with us? And as he
Yeah,
says that, the
yeah.
wargs come over the hilltop pulling another tree. And you say, absolutely. And he just walks away. He's like, turn it around. We're going the other way. Pack it up.
Back it up. Nice.
And they head off to the east. And you
Yep.
guys head underwater.
Yep, here we go.
In you
Ritual
go.
gas water breathing.
All right. So you guys swim underwater for about 10 hours. You see not a lot. It's really dark down here. The cover of the oily substance pretty much blocks out the sun down here.
Yeah.
So it is completely dark. You do see several large fish swimming. You also see several skeletized fish swimming.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yep. Make perception checks for me.
Interesting.
Does Hizani have any with her clericness? Does she have any insight into? I mean, maybe there's not a difference. Is there a difference between something being undead and something being forcefully animated?
Yes, there is actually. There's a couple of differences in that have even just popped up recently. There's life that looks like undeath. There's golemizing, which, you know, an animated skeleton isn't undead. There's no spirit side of it there. It's just moving bones like a golem would be.
Right.
So that's possible.
So I guess if while we're looking at one of these skeletalized fish that's swimming around, can Hizani do Oh wait, she can't do that. Can she do that?
Do what?
Is there a I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well,
I've been playing with too many grave clerics. I was a glaive cleric, which sounds awesome.
Dude, that does.
I mean, that's what.
Othing is a glaive cleric. There's no. She can't sense for undead.
No, she can't. She's a life.
But if
cleric.
she tried to turn undead,
She could use it, one of her daily divine, whatever it is, divine something.
whatever. Yeah.
Channel divinity. Yeah.
Channel divinity.
She could use one of those as the stuff nearby comes by and see if it takes it out.
Yeah. Let's see if if she's willing to do that, then let's see if just so that we know what we're dealing with.
It does not have any effect on it currently.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So you guys, as you continue to swim down, you hit the floor of the lake, and so that means you're, 100 feet, 150 feet below the surface now, and you're walking along, and Mav sees it, and so does Filbert. Before anybody else does, there is a crack in the lake floor, and this goop is bubbling up out of it.
Oh.
Okay.
Are we?
How big
where are
of
we
a
in
crack?
relation to the temple of blah 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 blah?
Probably about a quarter mile. At your
Like
guess.
away?
It's hard for you to tell right now because it's so dark down here. You're having a very hard time navigating, but you're guessing you're about a quarter mile from the area it should be in.
Okay, so we're close, and we came up on this.
Yep.
Okay. So we've got further to go down, but we found the source.
Appears so.
Or a source.
Yes.
Mav, we're near the bottom, right?
I would say you're standing on the bottom of the lake.
Mav is going to push Mud into the hole.
It it's bubbling so ferociously out of here that you push it in, and at first you think, yeah, this is working a little bit, and it just kind of pushes it out of the way after a little while.
Can you mold earth?
I don't know how big the crack is.
It's the crack is about 8 feet long, and most of the goop seems to be coming out of the center area. And it's not very wide; it's maybe a foot wide.
Can you like permanently stitch up the crack?
Right now, no.
If I were to cast Spirit Guardians, that would cover the whole thing.
Yep.
Would you be able to work on filling it then, Filbert?
Potentially, yeah. I'm guessing dirt isn't gonna do it.
That would be my guess.
I would gladly try and meld the stone, but I can't do that until tomorrow.
I mean, we could put a hut up.
I will begin ritual casting the tiny hut.
Okay, so you guys get your long rest in your tiny hut.
Before we do that, I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians right next to over the hole.
Okay. You cast Spirit Guardians over the hole. Andy, make a d20 roll for me. A luck roll. Let's see how this plays out.
Oh.
Look at you. Nat 20. Good old Roland Luck.
Let's see that luck roll.
So it looks like it has a lot of effect on the area.
I want to see Rorgs roll out of them.
Yeah, the source of it seems to be completely obliterated while the Spirit Guardians are in play. It's being destroyed at a level below the area. So you could attempt to push mold earth into it and push some of the mud down in there. Pack it up. That's something you could attempt to do.
Yeah, I will attempt first before casting the hut. I will attempt to pack it full of mud.
Okay. Spirit Guardians is 1 minute, correct? Or is that 10 minutes? 10. So you have a lot of time to force mud down into this. You can pack it out really well. As you guys spend this time, as the Spirit Guardians go off, you all back up. And it seems like you may have plugged this leak. A decent amount of time goes by, and it doesn't split back open.
We should, unless there's anything else that we can do to feel like we more ensure that we plug this up, maybe we just continue on and revisit this area to see how it's progressed.
Let's see here. Mav wants to stick like a little sign on there with skull and crossbones and just stick that in there.
As you pierce the sand with the stick, that's what pops the bubble. It all comes exploding out. Like in an old cartoon when somebody hits oil from something.
Yeah. It's like a twig.
I'm going to take a moment, and I know I don't have commune or any of that, but I'm going to just take a moment and to the creatures that are nearby, just let them know that if they could let the lady know that we've tried to fix the rift, but if it is unsuccessful, we will try something stronger. But if she could let me know, that'd be great.
What lady? You know a lot of ladies.
Lady of the Lake. Sorry.
Lady of the Lake. Sure.
Last time we tried to contact her and we didn't get a response.
Well, yeah, I was only here for a half an hour, though.
Yeah. It's funny, Filbert knows all the ladies.
Yeah, I got ladies.
Meanwhile, Hazani's like, "What lady?"
And he gets punched in the side of the head by a little pixie hand. Bam!
Yep. Yeah. She gets me all the time. I'm gonna.
You know what?
No, man. I got no spells that can do anything bigger than what we've already done. So
moving on.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
So you guys move on, and you come to a very familiar ship graveyard.
Hey,
we've been here.
You have been here. Wow, whatever Andy's doing. Are you blending something?
Jeez.
Did you blend yourself? Because you disappeared. You come to a very familiar ship graveyard, and there still is. When you were here last time, there was air bubbles coming up out of this vent in the ground, and there still is here. Right. There is no black goo, however.
No black goo.
No black goo. And you remember there's a lava vent down there somewhere that boils the water. And so
that's right.
Yep.
It gets real warm.
Mm-hmm. It gets very warm in there.
Forgot about that. Okay.
Last time we got ambushed. Is there? Were you just thinking about that?
Yeah, I was just thinking. We see any signs of life? Because we did have a couple people get away. No, we didn't let anybody get away. That's right. We killed everybody.
Yeah.
Oops. But do we see any new signs of life here since we were here last?
No, I won't even need you make a perception check here. As a matter of fact, you see less.
Yeah.
It looks like all the plants around here have wilted from lack of any sunlight whatsoever, even though not a lot got down here. Still got some. Everything's wilted and more dead looking than it was before.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ooh, I have a wonderful idea. Guys, how do you feel about me trying to communicate with Lobster Lady and seeing if this can be the new home for our kobolds and goblins, if we can find a way to get them here to pledge themselves to her and get guilds? They'd be safe down here.
I vote no.
You want to turn a pack of kobolds and goblins into Kuatoa?
Yes.
Jeez.
As if that race isn't crazy enough.
I think she would love it. She is a chaotic god, and that is a chaotic thought.
I don't think that's going to fix our problem.
No, but it gives the goblins a safe place, and they can take care of this graveyard.
What's wrong with having them at our fortress?
They're not in our fortress. They're in the woods somewhere because you guys didn't know where to send them.
Wait, because you didn't want me to send them to our fortress.
In the southern Kren? By themselves? How are they getting there? They can't fly.
Oh,
I don't know. They got some orcs.
Oh,
where'd they get them at?
Not from the sky.
Where's my timer?
Anyway, let's head inside.
All right, so you guys head inside, and you go down into a similar cave that you guys have been in before.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not that one. That's the one we're after. So, bloop. You guys head down in, and you are up over here. And it looks much as you left it. As a matter of fact, there are a few rotting Kuatoa corpses and skeletons on the floor of this area, along with 2 giant eels.
Oh.
Oops. So literally nothing's come down here, even to scavenge?
Well, it looks like the flesh has been devoured, but that was probably by some crabs or some other such things. And it has gotten significantly warmer. You do see the air bubbles coming up and leaking out from this area. So you're moving on?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get into here and you swim out across the area of the lava flow, and you can see cautiously. You can see the temple of Blibdoolpoolp. Yep. Blibdoolpoolp over there.
Not cautiously. Cautiously.
Cadius.
Sorry.
Cadiously.
I had one hand I was trying to type with.
Yep.
No excuses, man.
So
we are gonna swim like cats down here.
You deleted it. There will be no record of this event. And you swim into here, and as you do, the statue animates.
Oh!
And you hear it start to talk to you in this gurgly voice, and it's all like,
"Quick, throw the cloak at it, or whatever, the necklace. Just throw it at it."
I will ritual cast comprehend languages since we can't understand it.
Well, you can understand it. You hear her in your heads.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And she's all like, "Thank you for bringing me treasure."
No problem.
Yeah.
Are you
Please don't.
are you
Bishop
sure you
Miles.
don't want my blessing?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, we're sure.
Phil might want it.
Only
we have
pretty
A
sure.
list of
How about this?
With pros and cons.
How about this? We'll come back when we want the blessing.
Oh God, Lady Kane was so pleasant. It's been so long since someone was pleasant. She puts her pictures out and she's kind of snapping at you.
I don't know how to process Lady Kane being pleasant with anybody.
That's probably not the right word, but then again, nobody's taken any time to actually have a conversation with this creature for like 1,000 years, so...
Yeah, I mean, I believe that this thing thinks that it was pleasant.
So I would ask her if there's anything else she would require of us other than what we've already accomplished to appease her.
Her head kind of tips to the side, and it's still a statue, so it moves really awkwardly. It's like she's animating this statue, and it's not normally meant to be that way. Did you give her the trinkets?
Yeah.
Okay.
The necklace of adaptation and the
Necklace
Yeah.
of coral.
Yeah,
Coral
she
necklace.
puts both of them over her statue's head. She says, "There is the matter of the beast that you did not slay last time."
the beast.
Wait, you mean we get to slay it?
I would like you to slay it. I used to
Let's go
have
kill
to
it.
feed my children to it.
Let's go kill it.
I mean,
real
it's
quick.
only fair since we killed your children.
Sure. Hold on. Let's make a deal here, because what's wrong with the lake?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
You returned the Coven statue to the only free sister.
Oh, you doofus. That's not a lady of the lake, you doofus. So, that's why she's not responding.
She's a bad guy.
Yes.
Hey, Mike, as an aside, do you remember how we said we can't trust you? Yeah.
Do you remember though those times where I give you an NPC that's completely shady and you fail all of your insight checks on her? I remember that too. I can't.
Yeah, but
I follow the
remember
dice, man. You could have figured this out a long time ago.
Do you remember when you introduced shady NPCs that are meant to be shady who are good guys?
Okay. So we need to get that back from her in order to make the lake.
Hold on, we need to have this discussion because there was nothing about what this woman was doing that even smacked of good guy. She was murdering a town because they built a dock in her backyard. And you were all like, I guess we'll trust her. That's not on me. That's...
I was trying to gloss over that for their sake.
Oh, Phil, don't be glossing over for our sake. I'm sure you had something to do with this.
Filbert fully accepts the fact that he helped a bad guy do a bad thing. He's used to that. He's been hanging out with you guys for a really long time.
So is the lady of the lake the one that's poisoning the lake currently?
Well, no, it's the matter of the trinket that we gave her.
Sure.
Its absence is what's polluting the lake. Is what she's saying.
Is that the question?
No.
Is the absent? Or is she doing something?
The statue crosses its legs and sits down and says, "Come, set story time."
Oh my god!
and I can't believe I'm using Blibdoolpoolp as a story exegesis piece. This is what happens when I don't plan a day. Andy, I'm sorry, you were saying something. Can Phil what?
Matt wants to plug his ears so that he doesn't have to listen to the story, but is kind of going to listen to the story.
Okay. She tells you a story that long ago there were 3 hags in the area that formed a very, very powerful coven. And the sea elves that used to live in the lake banished them and confined them into a statue. Over the course of years, one of them was set free, but was unable to return to the area where the statue was because it had been sanctified and guarded by a beast. When the statue was delivered unto her, she freed her sisters.
Awesome.
Can we sick the beast on them?
I assume if they come down here, she
You watch as her whiskers, her crayfish whiskers, kind of go straight out, like.
Right.
Wait.
That would be awesome, but unwise.
Unwise how? Because you want us to kill it, right?
Yes.
Is this a beast that tried to eat Othig
Yes.
when he would not run?
Hold on. But that means you think we can kill it.
I think it'll be fun to watch.
Fair.
I'm not supposed to like this chick, but she's great.
So
Vanek is rethinking the best thing. He might take it.
She's a chaotic neutral being. Her kids tend to be chaotic evil, but she's not.
You know what's gonna be awesome when we find out like a month from now that we killed a legendary beast that was like basically purifying the underwater and the
Yeah.
It was preventing the spread.
yeah, it was like
surface.
actually it was
because
doing something.
what are the chances that we can take that beast with us and let it loose on the Lady of the Lake?
Pretty good if you have a big enough bag of holding.
Or a polymorph spell.
Well, like I said, pretty good if you have a big enough bag of holding.
Phil, you are a shape changer.
I am, and I do that.
Can't you just be that thing?
I can certainly try.
Can you polymorph it into something that will fit into a jar?
I can polymorph it into just about anything. Well, an animal anyway.
For an hour.
Can you
For an hour.
polymorph it into the running boy?
Ugh.
No. So you want the beast dead because it eats your family, but your children, but your children are all dead.
I would like to have more.
Fair enough.
That's why I was transforming you.
I have some potential candidates. We'll talk later. I don't necessarily want to kill the beast right now, especially if we can use it on the lady, because we need to fix the lake. I don't know what to do.
I think we have to go find the hags.
Yes, we are. Where do the hags live?
North of here, near the mouth of the river.
Oh, like on that shoreline where we went there, like
Mariasi.
near Mariasi, like west of Mariasi.
No, they're close. They used to live closer to the mouth. They had a ruin there. There was a tower that used to stick up out of the water that they captured, and then it crumbled, and they lived under it.
There,
I gotta look at the map. I don't have that map out.
Northern Kren.
Yes. Little more east of there, probably. From what your friend remembers.
Okay. Good grief. What is the beast?
Some giant, disgusting worm.
That's good.
Super helpful.
That's not time sensitive. The lake might be.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
We'll be
Wait,
back.
so I guess does she want us to kill the beast?
Yes, because in order to satiate it, they used to feed themselves to it. The Kuatoa would ritualistically feed other Kuatoa to the beast.
We killed the Kuatoa, so now it's just gonna ravage uncontrolled.
Sooner or later, it's going to bust out and go nuts. But she would like to get more Kuatoa. She kind of likes this place. It's good real estate. It's got the nice warm vent. There's all sorts of houses already here for her family, and she just doesn't want to feed them to the thing again. It's so absurd. The things I do with my head. Where
tell us it's CR.
Can I tell you it's CR? No, you don't get to guess the CR.
Is she able to? How about it's hit dice?
Guys, we can take this.
She's rooting for you. She's
Beast
rooting
is
for you.
nothing.
Guys, I don't want to... Okay. I'm just saying, we can't unabashedly just kill things because a chaotic god says it's a good idea.
Well, she doesn't say it's a good.
god.
She doesn't say it's a great idea.
No,
she just.
But we can't kill things because we decide to.
They were attacking us.
Right.
That is not
I'm
our
with
fault.
Othik 100%. I'm not following.
So far,
Yeah, I'm not doing this.
yeah. So far, history has proven that is always true.
Everything's attacking us.
Barovia, we chose who to kill. Did not work out well. So now we're letting other people tell us who we should kill. What could go wrong?
It's worked out much better in your favor, to be honest.
That is true. We have not killed everybody we've encountered.
Just most.
Yeah.
A lot. Not most, a lot.
And some people have even
To be fair, a lot of people kill themselves
Here's
without our intervention.
Here's the thing. If we just surround ourselves with evil people, the people we know that get killed is not really going to be that big of a deal because they're bad guys in the first place.
I feel like that line from Batman, it's like, you see, like, you're around long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Yeah, yes.
Except it didn't take you guys real long.
No. So why did you guys become villains? Well, we figured that's the best way to kill villains.
Yeah,
It's because everybody dies around us.
yeah. I mean,
If we surround
couldn't do
ourselves
it,
with villains, then it doesn't matter, dies.
if we murder hobo every NPC that gets brought to us, we'll just have to surround ourselves with evil people.
You know, that's not a bad idea. If you advertised for shady candidates and just eliminated them,
Yeah.
you're actually doing the world a favor.
Business model.
What is happening? What have we done? What?
We have reached.
killing
Listen, don't you claim the moral high ground. You're about to transform a whole group of goblins and kobolds into Kuatoa slaves.
Listen,
I completely lost track of what we were talking about.
No, I don't think so.
What's happening? I don't
think
claim
we came
any
down
high
here.
ground. I still want to turn the kobolds into Koatoa.
we came down here and we've been enlightened, and we're about to turn the corner as a clan, and we found our purpose and calling in life finally.
Let's do it. Does that mean we're killing the beast?
I absolutely want to kill the beast because
All
our new castle needs, like, the trophy room's empty.
Let's go.
All right. Blibdoolpoolp is like, I'm so excited, and the statue begins to slide across the floor, following along behind you guys.
Ooh, she needs to give us some sort of boon or blessing for this.
She will grant you freedom of movement, so none of you are at disadvantage while acting underwater, which I was going to impose upon you, but I won't now.
How exciting. Can I have my 4th level spell slot back? I would ask her for that.
No, you can't have that.
But I would like to rest before we do this.
What did you cast?
I cast Conjure Elementals to get the methods.
Oh, you had a... Nope, yeah, right, you did not have a rest yet.
No.
If you guys would like to take a rest here, you can. Water breathing lasts 24 hours.
Yep, I would like to then.
Mav would like to as well.
Okay.
Yep.
You don't have to move
honestly,
the token back.
It took like 10 hours to get down here, didn't it?
It
Yeah.
did. So you,
Yeah, so I mean, on top of traveling, so I think it's fine for rest.
Okay.
Alright, this is gonna go terribly.
Yeah, it just might. I'm so glad we're doing this.
Oh boy. I'm going to summon. What am I gonna summon?
Well, I feel like we didn't negotiate well enough, but is she gonna help? Can she help us find the hag?
She already told you where she thinks they are.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, look, the little statue you guys stole is still down there. Oh, man. So many clues I gave you, too, and you were just like, nah. I was like, the statues of, like, 3 elven women, they look a little strange, and one of them is broken. Oh, that's cool. That's normal. Let's just move on.
We're idiots.
That was great. I love it. That's okay, though, because you don't want to fixate on every little thing either. So.
Yeah. It's just the little details that we should ignore that might take advantage of.
Well, it's one of those things is if you ignore a detail, I'm always going to turn it into a plot point. And if you fixate over a detail, I'm always going to ignore it. So you really can't win. All you can do is roll with the punches and see what I do next.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So you guys
Excellent.
move to the mouth
Here
of
we
the
go,
cavern.
guys.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I'm all about that. That's great. I love that.
Can we have that be our the saying at the Graniteback Guild Hall?
Yes. Yes.
Yep, that is the Graniteback motto. Filbert, what are you summoning?
I am going to summon a gargoyle.
It's confused that it is underwater.
Yeah, but it doesn't breathe, so it doesn't matter. And it is resistant to all bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage that is not adamantine. And it is immune to poison. Has a bunch of hit points. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then Filbert is going to turn into... what was I the last time we were here?
Octopus.
You were
Octopus.
I'm going to be an octopus again.
weren't you a Cthulhu octopus or something crazy?
Oh, I wanted to be a plesiopus.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that I was doing that. That was
Please the
great.
octopus.
A plesiopus.
It would be great if either this thing or the hags were not from this plane, but I'm doubting either.
And I will become a giant octopus.
I mean, I think it might be fair to assume that this giant beast is not from this plane.
No, I think it's very much from the plane.
I think I am going to become, if I can, become a plesiosaurus.
Can you?
Meanwhile, Phil's off doing his own thing.
I don't know.
All right.
I can. I've never seen one. I assume.
bash
I've
it?
never
I don't
seen
It's
know.
only a CR2.
one. Yep. I can only become a CR2.
Oh.
I can summon up to a CR2 and become up to a
Yeah, I'm going to say you've never seen one.
Alright.
Right
Fairly well. I think. Yeah.
All right, so you guys move to the mouth of the beast's lair, and you can feel the water flowing in and out like it's breathing again. You remember this sensation from the last time you were here, and the statue is right behind you, cheering you on, telling you that you're going to be great. It's really proud of you for trying.
It is. What?
You guys have such good effort.
It's like, whatever happens, this has been one of the greatest years of my existence as a god.
What the crap?
So,
Alright. This is great. Gargoyle.
stupid. All right, so you guys roll initiative as you get to the edge of the area, and this creature comes bursting up out of the sand, and it looks hungry, and it is a big old mamma jamma, giant worm. I looked at your temporary hit point score, Phil, like I was looking at your initiative, and I was like, what? what is that?
26.
Crystal yesterday was playing a swashbuckler with alert and got a 32 on initiative.
Woo! Hot dog.
Oh my gosh.
Disgusting.
All right, Filbert, you and your gargoyle are up first.
Of course,
Let's
we
get you
are.
guys on the map.
Go, cloak of protection.
Yeah, my AC is a little bit higher now.
Assuming Mav is in the tunnel. Hazani has just been shaking her
No.
head the whole time.
No.
Like,
Mav and Hazani are both like, this is a terrible idea.
Rightfully
what
so.
have I gotten myself into?
Nothing but goodness. So, giant octopus is gonna attempt to grapple the Kraken. I don't actually
It's
know.
not a Kraken. It's just the Kraken icon.
Just the picture. Yeah.
It's a giant worm with lots of tentacles coming out the side. You get the feeling like it uses the tentacles to pull itself through the earth.
Nothing that can come of this.
Oh, it's going to be great. What are you talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking about. So Filbert is gonna miss with the octopus arms because I think I only get one attack with it. Yep, action tentacles to hit, reach 15. So I'm 15 feet away from it, trying to whap away at it. I missed with him, but the gargoyle is gonna go right up in there. Let's see. And he's gonna, what's he gonna do? I don't know what the gargoyle is. He's gonna bite. He can make 2 attacks, one with his bite and one with his claw. So bite will miss, and claws will hit. Got him. Blah. I don't think he's magical though. No. So there's that. Whoever's next.
Oh, that should not be resisted.
Okay.
He does not have damage resistances.
Yes. The beast is just like, I'm just trying to go home.
I just wanted to get something to eat. Okay,
This
that's
drive-through sucks.
speaking of, and I don't want to get off on this, but if you haven't been following what's been going on with Popeyes, Wendy's, and Chick-fil-A on Twitter and in real life, you're missing out. It is comedy gold. Thanak,
Yep.
you're up.
I am going to right over here. And cast Brilliance on Othig.
Alright, so Othig now has advantage until he crits.
Correct. Is it until he crits? Is that what we were decided?
Yeah.
It's okay.
So Othig has a much better chance of having it go off, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright. So the beast is going to make its 3 attacks at the gargoyle, at Filbert, and at Thanak. And
Bogus. I have a 12 AC right now.
Thanak is the only one who is going to get hit with a nat 20.
Got him.
Yikes.
Well, he's gonna be dead.
And so that is only 16 points of bludgeoning damage. But I do need you to attempt to resist the grapple with either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. Yikes.
Ooh, nat 20. Yeah, not a problem. You slip right out of that tentacle. Mav, you're up.
Did you do the damage? No, you didn't.
I did not.
You said it was 16?
16.
Nah. Is it close to us?
Yes, it's like right at your level.
Okay. Okay.
Did we determine last time if this thing is in fact a beast or if this is some sort of monstrosity?
It is definitely more of a monstrosity.
Why was that targeting me? Let's try this again.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, man.
Oh, you guys, not a single one of us made an insight check on the lobster dog.
It's fine. I already
Listen.
predicted what was going to happen.
Listen, she said that she wanted me to kill it. That's all I needed. I don't trust her.
That's all we needed.
I don't trust her. She's giving me.
Such a big deal about figuring out the goblins, and I didn't care about future us in this.
I love it.
It's
She
fine.
said,
We'll be fine.
"Would you like to kill the beast?" Yeah.
I believe I remember
such
you
a
saying
bad
something about
ambassador.
needing a new trophy for the new.
That is exactly what it is.
I believe that was exactly the comment.
Yes.
Sure was. Why did the beast only take half damage again?
Because he saved his
Okay.
throw.
All right. That's fair. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not, but yes.
Okay. Going to do pincer to give advantage to Thamek
Hey, thanks.
when he gets in position. Is it okay that he is not technically in position right now, but he does this still work?
Yes, it will still work if he moves into position while you're doing your maneuver.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. So I already have advantage anyway. Fully roll. Yeah.
there it is, right off the bat. Boom. Brilliant.
Oh, I didn't even roll at advantage to get that crit. That's funny.
It don't matter, because you can't crit
Well,
more.
I'm really glad I gave it to you.
Yeah.
Boom! Crit the sequel.
Wow. Pretty good.
Question: did it disappear?
What? Oh.
Oh, no.
Disappear?
Yeah.
It does not disappear.
I didn't think so.
That's unfortunate.
I will action surge.
You sure there's not a luck roll there?
Mm-hmm.
Just disappears.
Oh, still manages. Oh, Lobie.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
No, we rolled it to a 5.
Yep, that's awesome. And then I will parry
Okay.
for an extra 3 AC.
Hey, Phil.
Huh?
I don't know what this thing is, but that's what you should turn into.
God, that's definitely not a beast.
I assume it can breathe underwater.
It might be an elemental, so give me a couple levels.
I got
I
a group playing next Friday that really needs to see that.
Is it going to come out of the bag of holding?
It might.
Is that for the Disney Princess group?
No. To them,
Right.
I transformed Pooh Bear into an actual black rain cloud. He was a lightning bear covered in dirt and grime and sprayed bees out of his mouth.
I want you to know, we watched Saving Mr. Banks.
Yeah.
And all she could think about was your poo. The entire movie.
It's great.
When they talked about Mickey, it was the evil Mickey, and she's like, I don't want to watch Disney.
I'll fix that this next time they play. They're about to save the 100-acre wood, so that they'll be back to being heroes again, and it'll be fun. But first, they have to fight Vampire Kanga, so it'll be
You're
great.
lucky my wife went to bed.
Hey, oh, I forgot. You're on speaker. Yeah. And Creepy Tigger sounds a lot like Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very similar.
I could.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so Hazani is going to swim over to here. Can she make it? Yeah, she's going to get in this corner, and she is also going to put out a Spirit Guardian's circle as well. So, saving throw, fail. So it will take all 3d8 damage. That'll be 12 damage. Okay. And that's her turn. Filbert, you're up.
Filbert's gonna smack it with his tentacles. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. Wow.
Nope.
He's not a very... It's been a while. It's been a while. The gargoyle misses with its bite, but hits with its claws. Good job. I'm proud of there you go. He did something.
No, it didn't.
Again.
It said 0 again.
Yeah, because it's resisted.
It shouldn't.
I don't know.
No, it shouldn't. I deleted that.
My icon for pincer granite tag advantage is a thumbs down.
Yes.
I can't choose that, but I just noticed because you have the icons on, but that's what it is.
Yes. I don't know why. Oh, no. No, you did
Oh,
it
that's supposed to
backwards.
go on. That's a debuff.
Yes, you have it so that whenever they attack me, they have advantage.
Whoa, is Miss? What are you doing?
Yeah.
That's
Why?
awesome.
Why are there two beasts?
Because the one that was already in the combat tracker wasn't being altered by my changes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now there's
I just
only
want you
one.
to know. I feel better.
Good. I fixed it. All right.
I
He's
don't
also no longer
see-
on the map.
I don't see anything in there, Ed. You've just erased the beast thing there now.
He should be.
You
in.
guys-
have
actually
it-
was
there
from
he
another
is.
plane?
There he is. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We're all better. Thanak, you're up.
Alright, cool. Alright, I will move right there.
You have advantage.
Yeah, I'll just give him a whap. Like he's naughty.
Give him a whap. 27.
Why
I'll
didn't
whap
I
his,
get
whap his hand. You... I don't know, why didn't you?
Mhm.
What?
You said, I don't know. Some loser.
Are you going to give him a second whap?
Yeah, I am giving him a second whap.
Swecond.
Settle down,
Bad
Greg.
dog. Bad dog. And that's it for me.
All right.
It's its turn now.
And I need to roll my d6. Oh, how nice. So, a cloud of steaming hot gas and air comes out towards the gargoyle, Mav, and the octopus. And that is going
Is it magical?
It is not magical. I need Constitution saving throws from you boys.
25.
And the gargoyle?
Or, gargoyle, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Big cloud. Big cloud.
Plus 3.
Oh, hey.
Natural 20.
So you will all only take 22 points of scorching damage, fire damage, from the gas cloud. And then it is going to use 2 tentacle attacks, one at Othig and one at Thanak.
When do you want it to take the
Spirit Guardians
yeah, thank you.
on the caster's turn.
My turn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It
AC is
probably
for
won't kill him, so...
21,
Right.
Othig?
Yep.
Okay, you are going to be missed. Thanak, you're at 20?
18.
18, so I will definitely hit you. I'll need another dexterity saving throw from you. Or
Dex. What is it?
athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, athletics. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Alright, so that is only going to be 12 damage. And you are not grappled. And that brings up Mav.
Man, I was gonna move a little. Oh. And... Spirit Guardians. Hey guys, this thing's pretty wise. Also, that was terrible.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Hold on.
You need to have that, Mike.
I need to show you what just happened here because it's great.
Did he die from that?
No. I just need to show you how bad your last business was.
I see how bad it was.
No,
Yeah.
it was worse. I nat 20'd my save, and then he turned around and rolled 3 ones.
Oh.
It's just terrible. So
It is just terrible. And then yeah, guiding bolt.
all right.
That'll hit. Yeah, you already used 1 3rd level spells. Oh, what the heck? We'll use another 3rd level spell. Nice.
That's a good roll. Much better than that last thing you did.
Yes, I would agree. And let's see here. That was using my. And then bonus action, I'm going to drink a potion.
Nice. All right. So Othig, you're up.
Sweet.
Hey, Mav, don't forget you have 5 temporary hit points.
I know.
I will
But you took damage.
use Pincer once again.
Those are max HP, not just temp.
I'll use parry once again, and I'll take a couple attacks.
Right.
So I don't want to use them because that way I don't forget about them.
Yep, I get it.
And I will add 3 to my AC again.
Sounds good. The beast is starting to not look so good. You've pumped a lot of damage into it right away. At this point, it starts to thrash around in its tunnel, banging against the sides of the walls, and everybody needs to make dexterity saving throws as pieces of the roof come tumbling down.
Mav's just going to take it.
Yikes.
Oh! Maybe Mav's not. Never mind. Thanic, on the other hand.
Yeah. Thanic is getting into position for a suplex.
Alright, so the octopus is doing alright.
Mav wants to ask Thanic how it feels to take a rock to the face.
Shut up.
Let's see. Thanok, you're going to take 32 points of bludgeoning damage as a huge piece of the ceiling hits you. Everybody else is going to take 16 because the gargoyle is not magical, so it'll be halved. So even though he failed his saving throw, he still only takes 16. And Hazani takes... I didn't roll for her. She needs to roll. Nat 20. So only Thanok
Wait,
gets...
who took half?
The gargoyle.
Everybody.
Everybody but you.
Gargoyle. Right, I get it.
Oh, sorry. What did everyone else take?
16.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what I did.
And so, let's see. Then Hazani is going to summon a spiritual weapon and cast a 3rd level healing word on Mav. Because he looks bad. 16 points of healing, Mav.
Oh, well, thank you.
And then spiritual weapon is going to Nat 20.
Nice.
There. That's 5 and an 8 plus 4 is 17 points of damage on the beast. And that goes back to Filbert.
He's gonna try again because he's what he does. Old 8 arms gonna make a whap. I don't think that'll hit, but I wasn't targeting.
19? No, 15. 15 might. You feel like you have just barely hit this creature.
Yay! Flap.
Well, that's pretty good.
15 points of damage, and I attempt to grapple it.
You are hugging it.
I'm trying.
It doesn't feel like the grapple is successful. You have not reduced its speed to 0, but you're definitely hanging on.
I feel like it's restrained.
No.
You feel like you are restrained.
Probably, and it'll miss with its claws, but it hits with its.
All right.
Yep, that'll be me and the gargoyle.
Okay.
Oh, that should be automatic then?
Yes.
That's you.
Okay.
And I'm going to see, hopefully it does it on both your rolls. Oh,
It-
no, it only lasted on one, but you get it in a second.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make it last through your whole turn.
Change the duration to...
No, the other one is on roll.
What?
That one is listed for on action, but the other one is on roll, and I don't want roll.
No, to take that off and just make it a duration. You know what I mean? Like, don't
You
have
have to
either
set
of
it to
those effects.
something.
What?
You have to set it to something. I guess I could put never, which is the default.
Yeah, put it to never. And then change...
Did you already roll again?
I'm
Okay.
about to.
Oh, here.
Yeah,
Warm it up, Chris.
just roll. Just click the advantage button and roll.
Well, I was gonna, but...
That's the easiest way to do it.
I know.
All right, so you pound into the beast. It's bleeding all over the place. It is its turn then. Let's see. Oh yay. Let's see. Thanok and Hazani you're going to need to make Constitution saving throws as this thing breathes a cloud of steam at you.
Oh, gosh.
That's real bad. She's doing okay. You're not doing okay. What did I... Where's the word? Okay.
That was a lot of dice.
28 points of fire damage, Thanak, and 14 for Hizani.
Okay. How much you say? 28?
28. Yep. And then it's going to take 2 tentacle attacks, one at Othig and one at the octopus on its face.
Seems legit.
Guardians and gargoyles and octopus. Oh my!
What kind of damage was that? Oh, never mind.
So it's going to hit Othig.
Holy cow! 27
for 15. Yeah, I've been rolling really bad on this thing. And Filbert for
27 is really bad.
No, that was fine. What I was missing you before, those were bad rolls. And
I was like, oh my gosh.
He says really bad, but he has hit me every time that he's attacked me.
It's just your luck tonight. Have you noticed? Everything's gone really bad for you.
No.
How many saving throws have you made?
Situation that we currently find ourselves in.
This is the first saving throw I've failed. Well, and the Dex one, and maybe some others.
No, I'm just finding out that we unleashed
Mav's up.
Othid, did you have advantage on your last attack? I don't remember if I put that on there. It doesn't matter.
No, actually, I should have though. I should have had advantage because when I cast Pincer, I get it, but I forgot to roll it, so it's fine. Like I would have it anyway right now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Mike and I. Oh, you weren't part of the you weren't here last week, but Mike and I
Okay.
talked about that. I've been playing with Pincer.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so we are going to... Oh, no, I don't want to do that.
Like it says allies, but technically it's myself and the other person that I'm getting Pincer to have advantage attack. So
Yeah, okay.
We're going to do that. We're going to throw out a heal. Put that on Thanak.
Hey, thanks.
We're going to move back over to here. And then we're going to do some spirit. Maybe not suck it up quite as much. Seriously? I mean, whatever. I'm telling you guys, this thing's pretty wise.
oh, nice. It expired. That's good.
Yep.
We might want to talk to this thing before we kill it.
What?
I'll talk to it. Hey, what do you taste like? I'm gonna cook you up.
And hang you on my wall.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think it's your turn.
Yep, Pincer.
I want him to respond so badly to that question.
Pincer, parry. You know, all that other stuff.
All right, yeah, you start going to town on it.
Oh, good thing. Oh my god. This...
Nice.
Yeah. So you lay into the beast pretty solidly. Nice.
4 AC. 22.
22. All right, it is Hazani's turn then, and she is going to swim over to Thanak and touch him. And
How's Phil feel about that?
third level.
I'm not a jealous creature.
Third level cure wounds. That will be plus 4 is 20 plus 36. 26 healing there.
Great.
Thanak. Then
Thank you
Hazani
much.
gets 6.
Oh wait, how much you say you didn't?
26.
26. Okay.
And she is going to scooch back a little bit again. She's actually going to go over here. Yeah, she didn't like being bunched up in that cloud. She doesn't want to be too far away. So there's that. And then spiritual weapon attack. That's a 2. Never mind. Filbert.
Filbert is going to release the gargoyle. He is going to cast at a 3rd level Moonbeam.
Nice.
I thought when you said release the gargoyle, I thought you meant like release the kraken.
Yeah, totally.
And then
Be
you
free.
You're going to let it go wild.
No,
No, like Poseidon.
gotcha.
Release the kraken and watch it destroy everything. But you didn't do that.
Will succeed on its save. But it will still take damage, and then
Nice.
he is going to turn into a giant constrictor.
Oh. Big snaky snake.
Yep. And that will end his turn once I get my...
Snake going on. Well, we can move on to Thanok while you do that. All right.
Okay.
Thanok.
An oak. Whoa! Oh my gosh! I thought I did that. What did I do?
I knew it wasn't all you because I saw the color differentiation. So
Garbage.
I was very lost. Heat. Oh my gosh. Jeez.
All right, so Thanok pounds on it a little bit more, and then it is the beast's turn.
Mm-hmm.
He does not get his breath weapon back this time, so he will just make 3 tentacle attacks. Against Othig and hit.
I
Nope,
forgot.
I will not hit because you have plus 4 to your AC.
yep.
Nice.
And 1 against.
Forgot about action surge. Or Othig, do action surge.
He already did.
I did it right at the start.
Oh, why didn't I?
I just got that mess out of the way right away.
That's how you should do it.
That's how you should do it.
You just damaged the beast.
I did! Oh no! For a lot.
That's okay.
It bites itself.
In its
Quickly
confusion,
failed on its
it's now a Pokemon.
Okay. And then Thanok got whapped for 20.
There's not enough PP for this attack. What? There you go.
And it's not paying attention to the snake yet, so evens or odds. Who is it? It is Mav. Mav immediately gets this next attack at him.
Nope.
Thanok, I need you to make another anti-grapple check. Because I hit you. Mav, I'm going to need you to make one too. Either acrobatics. Alright, that's good. You're not grappled. Acrobatics or athletics, Mav?
Well, let's take a 0 instead of a -1.
That's not going to be enough. Mav is grappled by this creature. Mav, you are currently restrained.
Yikes.
And you guys are all watching its mouth get clickety-clackety.
Well, Mav is going to tell us to let him go.
Oi!
Let my people go!
I knew you were actually rolling a persuasion check. I was like, oh, that's a good persuasion check.
Nice.
27, that's pretty solid. It writhes around a bunch, but it does not let up.
In addition, seriously, dude, like, have you rolled anything less than a 15?
I don't think I have. Not for against that. Everything's been 17, 18. That 20 I shared, just not good.
Fine,
Fine.
be that way.
Oath.
I will use my last pincer.
This is
Oh, that's awful.
Does what, Filbert?
it's not a shape changer.
Oh!
No, it's not.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nice roll.
that was a good crack.
Very nice.
That was a good crack. I am not going to use parry this time. I'm going to use my butt swing. Oh! Not bad. And
All right.
Is it from here?
It is from here.
We've already determined that it was from here.
I didn't catch that.
Odek has crit like 5 or 6 times on this thing.
Yeah, you hit him for a lot of damage.
It's because of advantage.
Hizani Spirit Guardians do reasonable amount of damage.
Oh, I suppose I need to concentration check.
Oh, probably. That's
That'll-
plenty. Yep.
We'll do a couple because I've been hit a couple times. Ooh, Spirit Guardians is no longer running.
Okay. Yeah, you took the breath weapon one. That was a big one.
Who blessed us?
I did.
Spiritual
You're welcome.
Weapon.
Oh no, I didn't because I spiritual weaponed or whatever.
Spiritual
Spirit
Guardians.
Guardians?
You guys have been rolling on bless on me?
Yeah.
It's a little shady going on here.
Let's be fair. His spiritual guardian damage has been crap.
That's true. All right.
That's how we justify it.
Okay, that's gonna bring up Filbert then. So Hizani's spiritual guardians stay up, and they're doing all right. And she does whap it with the spiritual weapon. And
Fantasy Grounds knew that they were both up, so it was counteracting it.
Yeah. This guy's cheating, but I don't want to.
System.
So the moonbeam does its damage, and then I will attempt to constrict it
do it,
because I'm a snake.
snake. And you can. I'd say you can constrict this thing and do. Does your constrict have any additional bonuses?
Restrained and grappled.
If you constrict it and it does not break the grapple, I will cut its tentacle attacks down by 1, because a snake is definitely big enough.
I don't know if that hits 15.
15 barely hits him, so...
Oh, that's right. Wonderful. So I'll do the bludgeoning damage, and I will add the grappled and restrained effects. DC is 16 from the looks of it.
Okay. So, on its turn, I don't know if it'll try and get out or not. We'll see. Thanok.
Can I help Mav get whatever?
You can attempt to free Mav if you want. Yes. It's a strength check against its strength check. It's an opposed check. Check.
I will have to move right there.
Yep.
And I will... is it athletics or strength?
It's athletics.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's... I beat you by 1.
I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
Wait, is your oh wait, no, never mind. What are you doing?
I'm getting Mav out from...
Okay.
He's about to die.
The athletics check, would it be at disadvantage if it's restrained? I don't remember how that works.
No, because I said if it was a
it's not
different
restrained.
creature, this tentacle is not restrained.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yep. I got you by 2 that time. Actually,
Are
I rolled
kidding
1
me?
better. Sorry, man.
Jeez. Okay, and then I'll just use second one real quick.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That is
That's a good one. And I would like to just say goodbye to Mav.
There's just like a little salute as he waves.
Yeah.
All right. So it gets 1 free bite on Mav.
That's a disadvantage. Or unless you're breaking out.
No, the bite is not a disadvantage. I took one of the tentacles out of the attack cycle, so it's not attacking at all. So it has 1 wrapped up in Mav for the bite. Mav, I need a Constitution saving throw from you, as you feel like this thing is covered. Its mouth is full of acid.
Acid.
Let's see. So it does only 8 bite damage. No, 11. What did I do? Yes, 11.
11.
And then...
No.
Come on, low numbers.
Why did it...
6. Yes,
You added it
I'm
to
doing
Mav.
66 damage.
It's not...
Actually, I think when it hits my turn, I believe I will take that damage.
Oh, is that how that's going to work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would, with my reaction, I want to tinker some new earrings for Mav to wear.
I saw those. I saw those last week on Reddit. I lost my marbles just laughing my head off. The guy's face is priceless. It's so serious.
I know.
What the actual crap? Oh my god.
Thanak, you are hit by the one free tentacle, and so I need a
Bring it on.
grapple check for you. You are hit for 19 points of damage by it. And then
Did you roll that on me? You did roll it on me.
I did roll it on you, yep.
Okay, good.
And Mav, there it is. Oh no, Mav goes unconscious in the mouth of the beast.
Oh,
That's where you belong.
Do I get a death saving throw?
not yet.
Yeah, no, it's not your next turn yet.
Man, so I can't miraculously just pop up alive?
Oh, wait a minute. Whose turn is it?
It's
Oh,
just-
because you take it on. You take it on your turn.
I took it on my turn.
Okay.
Take the damage.
Yeah, I don't
Hey,
think
Mike.
I don't think you get one until next round.
Probably not.
Hey, Mike. Is the 14? Was that enough?
It was not. You are grappled.
Okay.
So
All right.
wait, hey,
What? Oh, sorry. I skipped you. My bad.
don't skip at me.
I was excited. I was excited to heal Mav.
Why did that roll at advantage?
I don't know. Because Pincer is always on now? I don't know.
No, it's not. I'm not marketing.
The creature.
Because
Tony
it's
put
grapple
restrained
or
on it,
restrained.
and it shouldn't be. That shouldn't be at advantage.
It does that when I hit.
Yeah.
The thing.
That's okay. Just re-roll with... There, it's off now.
Okay.
Fair. So you will still hit it. And you will slay it!
Yes.
Yeah, you swim forward, seeing,
job, buddy.
seeing your cousin in the beast's mouth, and you just jam your bike right into its mouth, and you start to just grind it in there, and its tentacles are flailing around, and it starts to leak black, inky blood, and it's just really gross. And Hazani fires off a quick heal on Mav, so Mav can pop up, which will be really good for him because he's dead. And then you hear over in the hallway, you hear, and you look over and it's just clacking its claws together in applause for you. It's like, why not Zoidberg?
That was like the first thing I thought of.
Yep. And so the beast kind of just slumps forward, and its head is like on the edge of the cliff that's still there, and it's just dead, leaking blood everywhere.
I will try to
Decapitate it?
pick it up.
Really?
No, you hear
No.
you hear Blibdoolpoolp just laughing at you. Oh,
There's no explanation of how it failed. Just no.
No, that doesn't work. No.
So how big is its head?
It's big. It's seriously it's like 20 feet around. It's big.
Okay. How big is its tooth?
Several of its teeth are probably short sword sized.
Yes. I want to acquire some.
Yeah,
I
Othic,
hear
help me
Jabber
grab
using
some
the
teeth.
sword.
Some teeth?
No, this is a trophy.
Yeah, but
Jabber
Jabber
definitely
short
needs a
sword. What better short sword than a big sharp tooth?
I mean, like, something that isn't gonna go in my trophy room.
So you guys you're starting to get to go to work on these teeth, and because I think this is fun, Blibdoolpoolp comes over and she's just coming over and her pincers are going, and she just cuts the head off for you, and then like all these bubbles start coming out of her mouth in a rhythmic pattern, and Thanak, you and Mav realize that she's casting a spell, and she shrinks the head down.
Yes.
And she says, "Now, this spell will only last for a week, so don't keep it in your pocket."
I mean, you can, but not past the week.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the entrance to.
This is our gate.
Yeah.
This is the entrance to Thanak land. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably plenty of real estate out there that we can go.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
We've only changed
Somebody-
professions like 7 times.
So Hazani, I need Hazani to cast to somebody in wherever we live, to find a
Make space.
A taxidermist.
yes, because I don't want this thing to rot.
Make space quickly. Sign that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can help you with that. I can cast Gentle Repose on.
I think she already did. That was part of it, right?
Oh.
No, she just shrank it down.
Oh, so yeah, please cast Gentle Repose on this.
Yeah. I'll do that when I'm not a snake anymore. I like being a snake. Oh.
Yes, excellent.
So yeah, you'll be able to do that. And Blibdoolpoolp thanks you so much for being entertaining and not trying to destroy her and just being all around pretty good people, except for that one time where you murdered all her children.
Can we try and barter for some sort of semi-permanent boon?
Well, it's funny you asked that because she pats you on the head and she says she was just about to offer. So, she says whenever you're within 100 miles of one of her shrines, you will have water breathing.
Oh, how fun!
Nice.
But she says you shouldn't be strangers. You should come pay a visit.
And here I was thinking the permanent boon that you gave us was the head.
Hey, that is the shrine that we're gonna put up in our place in her homage.
She's very flattered by that. She's like, clacks her claws together. The statue just kind of turns around and starts to slide off, and she's like, "Oh, in my honor."
Oh my God.
She's just all excited. She goes back to her room and becomes a statue again. And I think that's where we'll stop. On a nice, happy note. You killed the beast.
Yeah.
You're no longer under a curse.
Yep.
And she turned out to be a pretty nice lady.
Yeah.
Even though her head is a crayfish.
Hey.
It is a crayfish. I think next week we'll head for the hag.
Are we gonna go in the hut and take a rest or something?
Sure.
Yeah, probably.
You
No real doubt.
have already taken a rest. You have to
that's
wait
right.
16 hours before you can take another.
Yes.
We will have to get out of the water.
Yeah.
Well, we have a 10-hour trip anyway, so there is that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
All right, so are you guys headed back to where the goblins were then?
Might as well.
Okay. So you head
Haste makes pace.
back and...
Yeah, that's where we'll head. That makes sense.
Yeah, so you get back. There's no random encounters or anything along the way. You come back up out of the water, and the machine doesn't look like it's going to keep going too long. The goblins and kobolds have left the area. The fire has died out. It's still chugging just a little bit, but it looks like it's going to die out here pretty soon.
All right.
There is a giant pile of wood if you want to feed it. You could stoke it back up and maybe get another day out of it.
I don't know if we need to.
I don't know that's necessary because we're not.
We plugged the hole, right?
You plugged a hole.
We plugged a hole, I suppose. That's true. Yeah. Did it look like it's having any effect so far yet?
It does not.
All right.
Well,
Well,
you guys have a wonderful night.
All right,
Yeah,
you
you
too.
too.
Yep, we'll figure out that stuff next week.
yeah. All right. Later,
Everybody.
guys.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.